How is corporate slop gonna help kill Mega Man? It's not. Jack Blackman is a fundraising robot. He's gonna make movies and help you build funds to assemble more death machines to kill Mega Man. Hello, we're playing more MaGMML3 today. We are thankfully avoiding any of the film works related to Jack Blackman. We are not going to have to suffer through any terrible, impressions and ruinations of video game characters. Instead, we'll be moving on to what seems to be a Sparks Bronze favorite level. I have to say I'm interested what this man's deranged mind finds to be the third best thing in the contest. Hopefully it's not filled with mini bosses to the brim. What does Ant-Man here have to say in the meantime? Don't mind me, just taking a break in between screenings. I'm in the stereo system in these theaters. You know, when they say a theater has surround sound, what they actually mean by that is I literally walk up to the patrons and blast them with audio. Fun job. That doesn't seem like it would work acoustically in any possible sense, but I suppose it's probably also how the stage music works in every single Mega Man game that there is, in every single stage. So, I guess we'll have to take it. Bronze favorite, Spectrum Science, Spin Attacks. Alright. It's got science in the title. Aww. It was promising, and then I saw... yeah, 2 elements, all the collectibles, all the everything. So the game is sounding a little bit quiet for me. Oddly quiet music. Alright, well, it's a pretty kind of, vaporwave aesthetic almost going on here. Hello visitors, welcome to the research facility of Spectrum Science, the world leader in laser and light refraction technology. Oh Christ, I'm having, what's the negative time version of a flashback? I'm having a flash forward to X6 right now. Our facility is perfectly safe, and all research goes towards bettering the life of you and your neighbor. Please look around after witnessing our technology in action. Consider joining our proud family of investors. Premonition. Yeah, that's probably good. Well, that's supposing I don't know anything about X6. Maybe a premonition of my future specifically. Good choice of these artificial intelligence bomb. Yeah, that's definitely quite a... Alright, I see we have maybe some common programmers. Yeah, AI bomb's good. Oh, okay, well, that was a simple token. The Wily Mac. I don't feel like you'd be running on Apple. Come on, Wily. You can afford better than that. Day 23 of observation. I've seen enough of this Prism woman to understand how she ticks. Given a little persuasion, I'm certain she'll be my way in. She's far too strong to be a mere lab rat. They're hiding something in there, I just know it. And anything they want hidden is something the brilliant Dr. Wily must have. She's on my side, completely locked the facility down. Redecorated it a little, needs more W's. Give the lab a personal look over. And if Crash or any other would-be hero tries to step in, she'll send them to the scrap heap faster than light. Oh, Wily, you're so aspirational, thinking that anything's ever going to work for you at all. Mega Man 8 Wily teleporters were a dev kit asset. Barely anyone used it though. Oh, interesting. I was honestly just looking at the button and being like, ah, yes, just like the weather changing level that we were just in. Kind of forgetting that a button is honestly a generic asset on its own. But what was I saying about Vaporwave? Oh, I was saying... No, the aesthetics is definitely quite pretty. I like the sunset. You got almost a, Miami Vice kind of thing going on here. Ow. I can't say I expected that to shoot at me. That's an interesting combination gimmick. It's good I think those are the Gemini Man. Oh, and they can activate it too. I feel like those are the Gemini Man lasers. It's actually... or ladders. It's actually a pretty good reuse of that. Okay, I think I understand what I missed with that one. So far, this is actually extremely interesting in the gimmick department. Is that not what I meant to do? Huh. Okay, well, how was I able to move the previous one then? Was that a specific thing? Maybe it's a just come back in the future kind of thing. I'll come back to that. So, Grim, how are you doing tonight? I don't have very much to particularly say. Kind of had a boring day at work, so Just happy to recharge here. Human conveyance is iffy at best. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. Huh. That happened to maybe blow up the... I'm thinking of some crazy stuff about now. Like, does that laser go all the way back and blow that thing up, or is this just something I don't even slightly understand what the hell's going on? All right, you know, that's how it is on this bitch of an Earth on a Tuesday. Okay, maybe the Sniper Joe does something interesting if I hit his shield. No, it just sits there with its big fat hard head. All right, I guess that works. I don't care much for the stage. Check my placement is really spaced out for some reason. I will see that more as the stage goes on. I thought that it was fair enough to send me, you know, back here so far for what I've actually done, but... Okay, maybe if I, like, absolutely spam the hell out of it. Wait, did I just shoot... No, it probably just turned around. That's all that happened. Oh, what the hell? Oh my, Spark Chaser? Okay, sure. Yeah, that is not fucking clear whatsoever, but sure. That's a dumb one. And I'm guessing Ice Wall? Okay. I like the ideas in concept, maybe a little less in practice. Aforementioned second element. Yeah, I'm sure this is not... It's never fun to have to replay a stage twice. I'm still kind of aghast at the idea that they let creators do multiple elements. Like, surely they had to know that people would, you know... Surely they had to know that it's just not fun to play a Mega Man stage multiple times over, being forced to do so for a little MacGuffin. Yeah, at least it won't be a future. They realized it, their mistake here. I'm also kind of playing like dog water tonight. Damn. You played a fairly large part in it, but I think that some other, you know, more egregious examples exist. Certainly Fun Bags is not the least fun thing that was in this competition with multiple elements, so... Although I guess some people beg to differ. Alright, let's actually make some progress in this stage for once. Not fail some simple little jumps. I think the only other thing of note that was happening to me today is that I've had an odd amount of wrist pain. A little bit of arm pain as well. I think it's wrist brace time. I've avoided the gamer wrist brace for too long. I actually need to invest in one to keep good, you know, keep carpal tunnel at bay. Important notice to all employees. Lately, Prism Woman has expressed a desire to visit the beach outside the facility. Please remember that due to the construction of her prism armor, she is prone to unintentionally refracting sunlight into dangerous, high-powered lasers. As such, she is not to leave the facility under any circumstances. Thank you and have a nice day. I'm gonna hit her with the most sun-like item I have. That'll surely work out well. Okay, and these lasers don't refract. How would they come back at you? Alright. Fair enough in concept. So, yeah, I think it's the combination of, you know, getting older, gaming is no longer as easy as a result, and now it's like I'm also working an office job, so my wrists are constantly just at an incorrect resting state, because I'm always squirming around, and I don't know, I don't really find... I still can't quite find a comfortable height for any chair that I sit in, or any desk that I have to lean against. It always feels just slightly wrong. This entrance leads to a highly restricted area due to the dangerous research conducted beyond this point. Only personnel with proper clearance and robots with authorized energy signatures, such as Prism Woman, will be admitted. Okay. Guessing this is the bonus, or is... What's going on here? Alright, this is looking less and less like bonus. Okay, energy signatures. Hold on. There's probably some kind of weird, obscure hint in this. Do the dangerous research family point on personnel proper clearance and robots with authorized energy signatures such as Prism will be admitted? I mean, I guess we have had levels like Fu Man that make it so you have to come back, so maybe it's not the, it's probably not nearly as big of a mystery as I think it is. Alright, yeah, it's probably just a comeback once you have Prism Woman's energy element. Man, Baker Man, Temple of Light, Dark, Wily's Redemption. These contests have quite a bit of rough second element levels. Yeah, it certainly did. Almost all of those. I think Fu Man is probably the only one there that I don't have negative associations towards. Hello, mini-boss. You're very similar to your original encounter. Just as lethal and annoying, too. It's need to beat it once. Alright. Good old magnet beam. Nothing beats that. And good old obvious corners transition is obvious. Nothing beats that. I see. Okay. You just actually stay on the ice wall somehow. Or just do it this, like... okay. I did it once in that token room. I can do it again. There we go. Oh, and now we're at the love testing machine? Kind of strange. Oh, it's Prism Woman's Diary. After a long day of research, I saw something on TV. TV? We don't watch that. We watch films here. We're in the 13th tier, don't you know? Girl walking someone with sand and water next to a sunset. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, it was joyous. It was lovely. I'd love to go there. She seemed happy being there. I don't think I felt happy being in here. All steel walls and darkness unless I'm in an experiment. I've heard some researchers talk about a place just outside here that sounds like that place. Hope I can go there someday. I really hope I can stop experimenting on Crystal 800 soon. That thing's giving me the creeps. It's like it's alive and thinking about me or something. It's going to cause the singularity. Don't you dare put that into the anti-mass spectrometer. You don't need those Zen motherfuckers walking around. I asked them if I could go to the area outside the facility. They said I can't. Too dangerous to let out. They must be right. I'm okay. I'm okay. No, you're not okay. Everyone else looks happy. Why can't I be happy? In this terminal, there appears to be rust over the keyboard. Aw, crying. Why don't they just, you know, put an opaque, like, jacket over her? Like, I think that would work. Wouldn't it work to just cover her with something that's not reflective? I met the most wonderful man last night. He said he could let me visit the beach anytime I wanted, if I did him a small favor first. I didn't feel comfortable with what he asked me to do, but he gave me an adorable little microchip. He said that if I put it in me, I won't feel so bad about doing it. So I did. Truthfully, I didn't think I'd seen him around here. But he has a lab coat, so he must work here. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Besides, it did feel nice chasing those mean spoil sports out of the building. I'm off to guard this place until he comes back. I don't know why he wants me to destroy anyone else that comes in here. Particularly anyone in... Maybe that was supposed to say blue? But he must have his reasons. Besides, I'm too giddy to wait till I can get out of here and learn what sunlight feels like. Another sad, wily manipulation story. It actually gives him some depth of character, the fact that he's a complete and total bastard. Does shit like this. Well, outside of the very beginning, the gimmick conveyance here has actually been not so bad. That second token was still something of a what the hell is going on kind of movement. As I'm saying that, now I'm wondering what the hell do I do to get past this without taking damage. Can I shoot this back? Oh yeah, I can. Alright, that's the right direction to do so. Oh wow, there's a lot going on down there. Yet another weird MaGMML3 coincidence. Two levels with female robot masters, a light beam that causes mass destruction if let loose. Very true. But, one is maybe more destruction by practice, the other one's maybe more destruction by unintended consequences. I'm sure we could also, you know, count out the number of Western-themed robots as well that have some kind of a similar backstory, but this is a good another case of stronger coincidences. Let's see. Ooh, very pretty. See, this is actually a pretty good level to how to do all the rainbow aesthetics without causing blindness. Ah, damn it. Okay. Couldn't sneak under that. I don't know. Sorry, I don't have much to commentate on. I've had kind of a boring couple of days, to be quite honest. The entirety of the weekend was spent editing Janko Clock, and I mean, really the entirety of the weekend. I didn't even have a chance to, like, you know, cook anything that interesting over the weekend. All I did was try to actually make a I tried making like a chocolate fluff, a chocolate marshmallow cream type of thing, but because of my impatience and insistence on not measuring things out very precisely, I basically ended up not measuring the temperature very well, collapsing the egg foam, and creating a chocolate syrup. Now, mind you, this chocolate syrup is very good, but it is also not chocolate fluff. And, you know, not the desired product, but I guess we can work with it. Lasers abound. That out of the way. Okay. Didn't expect the shield attacker. That was quite a mix-up. Mix-up means... Oh, I picked up a capsule. I was wondering what that sound effect was. So compare to each other without being aware. Pretty good meal a few days ago. Burrata ravioli with marsala sauce. Ooh, that does sound good, actually. Can't remember the last time I've actually made a marsala sauce. Other things that I really... What's the other Italian thing do I really want to do? It has the, it's the lemon and capers dish. Piccata? Yeah. Chicken piccata is one of the things I actually really want to make again. It's a strong favorite of mine. I didn't think I was going to enjoy something as salty as capers. As salty and polarizing as capers, considering that I hate olives with a passion. But capers themselves are honestly quite delicious. So... need to try that out again. But no, burrata ravioli sounds really nice. Tasty, fatty, and then you got a nice, you know, tomatoey sauce going with it. Oh, the shield attacker almost got me again. Okay. That is a bit of a mean platforming spot, IMO. But I suppose I could work with it. Not the end of the world. Okay. I am starting to question the opinion or the idea to have the entire thing labeled SS. I mean, I know that it stood for science something else, but like it's starting to it's not a good look. It's not exactly two letters you want to slap right next to each other everywhere. It's not intentional, but it's not a good look. Hey, intruder! Get ready to be refractured. That's a good pun. Oh, and you got a glowing ponytail. That's actually a pretty cool design. Okay, and you have heavy delay on that attack. Exploding stuff. Okay. Oh, and then you can just land on me. Excellent. Ein Leben indeed. All the armored tanks in the background don't exactly help either. Oh, it only shoots that way? Okay, well that makes it a lot easier. Ow. Okay. Guess she has a bit of a super attack then. Okay. Whatever that means. I don't know what that whole charging thing was about, but sure. Okay, well, if she's just going to stay vulnerable 99% of the time, then that's going to flash by really easily. Oh, Metal Daddy. Yeah, kind of a weak boss to end off on, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'm sorry. It was a little disappointing to disappointing to fight. I guess it's decent enough in concept, but there's just, you know, a boss with no agility and no way to, you know, stun lock you. Kind of makes for a pushover of a fight. I'm sure the alternative path is going to offer something much more annoying. Pink Floyd offstage. Oh, hello, Alan. Welcome. It's been a while since you've been around. And shh. Second one's a lot more involved, I would say. Yeah, you figure. Anytime you're like, you know what players want? They want a super boss to fight for their second element. Yeah, that's exactly what people like about Mega Man games, is super bosses. So how you been, Alan? It's been a while since I've talked to you. We've been through a lot of interesting Mega Man levels in the time that you've been absent. We're all the way up in Tier 13 now. Levels are getting seriously pretty good. Although I would honestly say, some of the Tier 13 levels have been a bit of a weaker showing than I thought they would be. I've kind of enjoyed things in Tier 10 and 12 a little bit more. Get to fight 2 bosses. Alright, well, not nearly that bad then. Oh yeah, that Crystal 800 thing. Are we going to get teleported to Zen? Are we going to go fight Gordon Freeman? Also, weird choice for a level to just suddenly go to complete black screen. This level had such good aesthetics previously. Now it's just kind of dull and drab. Oh, shot it from the wrong side. Okay. Alright. Okay, and this level's not doing it. This level is further doing terrible gimmick conveyance. I have no idea where the lasers are coming from half the time. And going for walks. Oh, nice. Get some touch grass time. It's honestly been a little too long since I've went outside and formally touched grass. I honestly, I just need to take a couple of days off at some point in order to go and, Oh, okay. I don't know what the situation is. I need to go take a couple days off just so I can have some time to go out and, you know, gallivant in the world a little bit. It's been too long. It's not my first choice of thing to do just because, I don't know, I like staying inside, but... You know, now that the weather is finally no longer 90 degrees out and killing me every time I walk outside, I could probably take some time to actually enjoy the parks in my area. Actually just get a little bit of nature to breathe in. Project 8 black 0 refract 0 log 3. Okay. Crystal 800 discovered in the Arctic wastelands 3 weeks ago by the Siberian branch has arrived without incident. It has displayed unusual properties, mysterious properties. Resembles a handcrafted statue of unknown being. Its molecular structure doesn't match any known terrestrial element. That's not how chemistry works. And it refracts light, despite being pitch black. Further research on how we can adapt these properties into our technology, particularly for military purposes, will commence. Oh, that's the one way? Well, hold on, it looked like there was some other way. Kill me, Sniper Joe, do your job. Oh, I have to do that whole ass thing again. Okay, I guess I will. Reference to a certain pocket creature. Oh, I'm trying to think of which one. I checked out a Pokemon around Gen 5. I should have killed that thing. Oh well, whatever. Okay, it doesn't make sense that that thing only goes off when I shoot it when the laser is also shooting at it. This gimmick stinks. Oh, it was an alternate path, huh? Sure. Damn it. Have to have Pokemon by Gen 8. Yeah, for a chance you wanna... Nope, no idea whatsoever. I remember being disappointed for a while as a youngin' that there wasn't a light type in the game. It always felt like, well, I know Psychic's supposed to be the counter type to Dark, but like... I don't know. I like the idea of a light type. It would be easy to make, and I don't exactly know what it would be good against, but... I want Light Bulb Pokemon, damn it. The subject of Pokemon, though, I did recently watch a lovely video by the YouTube entertainer Big Yellow, documenting all of the changes that have happened in competitive Pokemon in the OU, sorry, Gen 1 OU's competitive tier in recent months. I am by no means a competitive Pokemon enjoyer, at least, you know, actually playing it. Hold on, I should probably figure out what's going on here. Okay. By no means a competitive Pokemon player, but there's something funny about checking in what all the little creatures are actually going about doing. Famous Pokemon Smash Melee Tier 2 YouTuber Big Yellow, love their stuff. Yeah, that one. Yeah, no, this stuff's pretty good, honestly. I mostly stick around for the Pokemon. I don't really have... Yeah, it's a shame that, like, their whole thing with, you know, multiple little fighting games don't really appeal to me, but I like basically anything else that they do. You know, if you're talking about a pure fighting game, I don't care. If it's Melee, yeah, sure, I'll tune in, but outside of that, it's like, I don't need to know about, like, this obscure Japanese fighting game and the meta around that. Just give me the things that I'm familiar with. But the Pokemon video was very fun to watch today. If you haven't saw that yet, definitely go do that later. Because, I mean... For little I know about OU, very big changes over there. It's crazy to think that Chansey's no longer mandatory for everybody. Say this was Project with the Crystal. First engineered from Crystal 800, now named Prism Woman, is nearing completion. Her armor and weapons have proven to be just as effective at refracting light into high-powered lasers as Crystal 800. R&D's 3 Ultra Prism prototypes have proven similarly effective in testing. Weapons Research Management has discussed the potential use in both warfare. But Prism's Woman's developers have vehemently argued against both it and the continued study of Crystal 800. Nonetheless, both the mass production of the photonic tank and the development of another combat robot based on Crystal 800 have been authorized. Oh no, the military, the military-industrial complex, it's ruining the innocence of this once noble project. How could this have possibly ever happened? Who could have foreseen this happening? Prism Woman has gone rogue and fired 200 trillion watt lasers into Crystal 800. Damn, that's a lot of energy. Zorb, it's alive, woke up, violently devastating the facility. Refracted lasers are several times more powerful than anything known to exist. Humanity could be extinct within 2 days. That's... How do you think laser... I mean, unless it goes beaming every single person. I don't think that's how things work. Only me being the only person in my friend circle with any interest in the FGC and fighting games. Yeah, that is a sad existence. A couple people in my friend circle that are actually interested in Street Fighter and like Guilty Gear and stuff like that, but I don't even really watch whatever they play. I couldn't possibly hope to understand whatever they're playing, so I only watch it on occasion if it's like, okay, well, I really have nothing to do, or it's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Let me hang out by commentating on your fun stuff. So this is not the ultra destructive thing of doom that was foretold by prophecy. This is a light devil. Not sure what all the military types were so concerned about. Of course, there's gotta be a second phase, right? Yeah, here we go. Real shit begins. Neat. Gen 1 meta stuff is interesting given I have no experience playing it. It's very fan 346 metas. Played competitively a lot in those. Yeah, I never could really get into competitive Pokemon. It's one of those things where it's very fun as a spectator, for me. Like I enjoy just seeing what all the little characters are getting up to, and you know, there's parts of me that loves the whole divide into several tiers, so that way most Pokemon can get their chance to shine. There's also a large part of me that's like, okay, some Pokemon really don't fit the tiering system and just get completely cucked by the fact that like, oh, the best Pokemon in this tier is a water type. Yeah, guess I don't get a chance to shine anymore. But, you know, it's the best that you can do in order to actually separate high tiers from mid tiers from just destroying everything possible. This is Prison Devil. Prison Woman collapsed in a way, emulating a human falling unconscious when she'd come to. Several sharp pains. R&D's baffled by this unprogrammed quirk. Can't remember what happened. The only thing she could remember for no clear reason was the word Necrozma. Oh, I have heard of that Pokemon. Just the name I've heard of. That's about it. Nintendo is very cool. It works like Super Boo's human extinction attack. Don't know what that is. Very time consuming without hacking. Place looked so nice from the outside. What's going on down here? No. Oh. Hello, you. Prison Woman, those tanks, that devil. This is what all of these were based on? Need light, let me out, let me out. I feel like we could let you out. This guy's shaped like a friend. I think everybody's overreacting. He's just misunderstood. And, not that threatening, all things considered. Oh, okay. Almost got me with that one. You missed that one. Try another. Alright, see ya. Competitive Pokemon takes 50 hours per Pokemon to build reliably. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh, yeah, especially outside of, like, Smogon or something. That would just be, like, fucked up. There's no way. Like, I've never gotten a Pokemon up to level 100. Like, no, that takes way too much time. I've gotten a Pokemon up to, like, level 86 before, and that was, like, I think my Empoleon back in Pokemon Diamond, but that required, like, several hundred hours, well, maybe not just for that one, but like several hours just to get like him and my team up to like level 70s and 80s by fighting like level 50 Pelipers. Like, is the worst thing imaginable. There's no way I would actually bother to do real Pokemon training. Oh, so my thoughts on the level. Let's see. The aesthetics in the main path was actually pretty appealing, I thought. They were, you know, gotta appreciate that. The gimmicks, while a good use of light and refraction, did definitely have some conveyance issues, and, you know, felt kind of awkward where sometimes it was like, well, you know, the dark blue ones won't refract when you shoot them, the light blue ones will move when you shoot them, and then maybe reflect when they hit a light source. But not always. Sometimes they're delayed for some reason. If they're not moving, they won't be refracting the light. So there's jank going on with the gimmick already. There's some very weird instances of difficulty spikes due to very tight platforming because of enemies showing up and the light disappearing beneath your feet. The gimmicks were used competently in an interesting manner of challenge, and the remixes of the enemies to have them actually interact with the light gimmick and refraction gimmick a little bit more was pretty cool, although they weren't exactly all that threatening. I was mostly just dying due to the fact that, like, these, the light blasts coming out of the prisms, like, it's kind of a new muscle memory to get used to as far as the timing is concerned, how long it takes for them to fire off a beam. Definitely not quite calibrated to that yet. So, I don't know. I think a lot of the things are fundamentally solid here. I had fun with this compared to the other levels beforehand, but there's definitely a lot of odd decisions. Also, very odd that Spark Chaser activates the laser beams on the prisms. I mean, I guess it's a laser, but I mean, you also literally have an item that is called Laser Trident, so, like, that would be a less vague connection in my mind, so... Aw. The last stage, I feel a strong negative reaction towards. Everything passes is more enjoyable. Yeah, I mean, I don't quite feel a strong negative association towards this, but, like, I will say it's maybe... I don't know, there's something about it that doesn't rub me the right way. And then also having a mandatory second replay to go and fight 2 extra bosses that are kinda piss easy, like... All the bosses in this stage were not exactly challenging. Prism Woman had some interesting story. I like the story development here. It felt very on brand for Mega Man, and it felt, Oh wait, that's right, I forgot. Okay, I don't know why, going back, I completely forgot that Celestial Woman was influenced by Dr. Wily in the first place. So yeah, no, super strong coincidences. Yeah, never mind. What the hell was I saying? Earlier. Anyways, that tangent aside, story good here, but, I don't know, outside of that, a lot of other elements just felt a little weak. They felt like they were all utilized, but it just kind of made for... It didn't... The puzzles part of the setups weren't really there. Like, you could tell that there's, like... There's a direction to want to take this in, like, a puzzle way, but it didn't feel like there was enough interaction or control over those puzzles to really make it puzzles. It was more like you just kind of shot the prism into a space so that way you could slide under a laser all the time. I don't know. There is something about this level that doesn't quite click for me. It didn't quite make me upset, but it just doesn't quite work in my mind. I don't know. Ace literally stays carrying the score as high as it is. Yeah, I guess to be quite this high, he is a little bit, but I mean, you know, Mick and Shinryu seem to like it a fair bit. Patchy doesn't actually seem to like it very much, and neither does Flash Woman, but... Flash Woman? That's... sure. Another different robot. Flashman doesn't seem to as much either, but... I wouldn't say... Ace at least isn't too crazily out of line with the score in this one. Like, I would say, you know, Flashman has been more out of line with his favorite picks than the others previously. Chance on the transition. Yay, everybody! Oh, this place definitely likes its flashy rainbow lasers. Still is entertaining. Makes good use of its pieces. Gimmick set's cool. Ring platforms are not only well used, but they feel infinitely more appropriate here. Various laser prisms are just plain fun to work with, although a bit inconsistent. Force beams are distinct and fun. They also just come out of nowhere. Here we are. Speaking of Fooly, the dev kit enemies are generally solid, particularly with Dashon getting to do something, or Fuku Horn using all of its behaviors. Sure. You're gonna tell me that Sukanma is the next like enemy that's in the list? I don't know what any of these are, Mick. I find the Prism's enemies themselves a little dull. Prism Joe is a boring concept, though I appreciate him being less bulky. Prism Attacker was a little disappointing. Yeah, it didn't get to do much to counterattack. I'm surprised there weren't more lasers kind of, you know, directing into it to actually attack you. Now that would have made for an actually cool element to have enemies combined with the gimmick stages. Or a gimmick of the stage. That would be nice. Free to play. The first element really feels like a Robot Master stage. The gimmicks were used smoothly. Difficulty was nice. First moving prism was a little annoying compared to its cohorts, but it's not a huge deal. Second element had a poor start since you have to replay the first half of the level. With a thematic shift and the force beam challenges made up for it, creating a natural extension of the stage that led to a solid ending. Yeah, at least the gimmicks in that path didn't feel completely out of place, I'll say that. Diamond Token could be a chore, but that was the only real issue. Prism Moment is both entertaining and challenging? I couldn't agree. That was a very easy... I was able to no-hit it on my second try. That should really tell you that there's not a lot there. Both her combat form and her characterization, props to her character not getting in the way either. The other Prism Devil was an awesome devil boss, managed to be way less tedious than the norm. I guess. It was less tedious, but also very non-threatening. Fake out rather than the actual boss, I appreciate they still gave me something worthwhile. I feel like the fake out cheated me out of an ending. The final boss, my eyes went wide when I heard that Hyper Beam sound. I haven't followed Pokemon much after X and Y nearly put me to sleep, but I knew full well what was coming. I had no idea. This is a surprise to me. Crossman made an excellent climax. It was fair, challenging, and altogether imposing. That thing's a penis and levels length had no place here. I'm sure we could have busted out Mega Rayquaza and just, you know, completely flatlined it. They should add Mega Rayquaza to MaGMML3. I think I know what I'm doing here. That would be an excellent cheat to have. Just summon Mega Rayquaza to destroy any level that you don't ever want to see again. Overall, this is pretty great. I'm not going to say it was my absolute favorite. Don't have a lot of complaints. Best multi-element in all the contests, so it definitely did something right. Yeah, I mean, this probably was the best overall multi-element thing. Didn't exactly wow me, but, you know. Sukonma. Yeah, there you go. All the other songs expecting to hear across this contest, AI Bomb wasn't one of them. Try to get kudos for taking a song I've only ever heard in conjunction with memes and now making me associate the stage right here. I actually just got it as a random YouTube recommendation one day. I have no idea that it was so heavily associated with memes. I haven't really heard it in, you know, videos like that. As far as the level itself goes, pretty involved laser theme with a lot going for it. Chief among these is the Prism gimmick. Works off several other things. Old school and tool, I guess it's alright. That in mind, the stage takes off to good advantage of the ways the prisms work. It treads some similar ground. Yeah, I guess it does keep things fresh and engaging. At the very least, you have to kind of block lasers in different ways, but it is mostly the same after a while. I don't know. I got a little bored with it. I didn't feel like the enemy challenges were all that significant, too. I could mostly autopilot my way through the enemies. MaGMML3 lasers was arguably the best usage here. Enemies are a bit of a mixed bag, though. Prism Joes and the new shield attacker variants aren't all that interesting. Doesn't come into play often. Oh yeah, it also helps. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, that totally also helps why the enemies didn't feel stand out. They're all just kind of, you know, variants on generic enemies, and they didn't even interact with the lasers very much. Like, Joe did a couple times, but, you know, most of the time because Joe starts off in the shielded state, the lasers aren't exactly interacting with you much. You just go straight past them, and, like, it's not, you know, they're not actually impacting your gameplay at all. Otherwise, you almost could have just had regular shield attackers, regular Joes, and regular Mets throughout the stage. That's unfortunate. Bun Bee Catchers, okay, I got a decent laugh when I saw them carrying the Wily logo around. It is funny. I like that. It's charming. One last aspect of the stage that I immediately found odd, the optional bosses are far, far easier than the main one. They're all really easy. Somewhat understand this from the perspective that you're fighting one boss after the other. It would end up being a slog if both were incredibly difficult. A little simplistic to the point where I didn't get much enjoyment out of either of their fights. By comparison, Prism Woman is far more interesting thanks to having more involved attack patterns along with the phase transition. That adds new ones on top of that. She definitely ends the stage on a high note, making for an overall pretty enjoyable level. SS, not a ship, lab ship. Stage has a neat central theme, being about prisms and lasers. Few moments where I don't quite understand how the prism blocks work, particularly when it decides that it will fire a charge laser. I think it has to do with whether or not the Mega Man 9 laser is connected to it. Not quite intuitive, and that could be a problem for your main gimmick. It also could use a more distinctive appearance for the face where the laser fires. Yeah, having to remember two notches versus one notch is a little bit tricky to do. Wily Sign Danglers, they're funny creatures, don't know why. Poorly vandalizing logos. Prism Woman is a fine fight, not too complex pool of attacks, just a bit unforgiving with the damage value. Like it overall, and she serves an overall excellent bookend. Giving?
Oh, yeah, I mean, she has to do high damage. Like, it's a very simple fight otherwise. Comes the second element. I like the entry more. If the first part existed. Yeah, all the colorful energy got sucked out of it to go downstairs and have a dark plot. I guess it's not bad. I mean, it's at least appropriate with the plot that got set up, but it was noticeable that it was just suddenly a black void in the background. Could have at least had some more destroyed lab parts in there, you know? Time slowing enemy and quick laser together is a nasty combo. That's not that bad. Devil-like boss is alright. Goofy design contradicting the area aside. Fights well enough as a mini-boss. And then Necrozma. Weird crossover moment. 1.5 health bar, but still hits you like a truck, given that most of his attacks depend on your position. Is? I don't know, I didn't notice. Feeling pretty sour after going through the quick laser segments. The entry as a whole just left a bad taste in my mouth. Really? That wasn't that disgusting. Has your actions been live for a few streams now? She could use a break. Oh god, you're so right. I forgot that was even there for a little bit. Who do we feel like having on right now? Let's put on Shinryu. It's been a while. I'm sure his neck bone has gotten, rested in the meantime. Appreciate a level of mood-setting music, professional-looking custom graphics, and well-told story. Like to see novel gimmicks in creative ways. It's like gags, ominous background, eye-catching set pieces, other things that add character. One element lets it down for me, and that's the gameplay. Yeah, I kind of agree. Something about it feels weak. Late-level laser puzzles can be baffling at first because there's so much going on. Despite the explanatory science, unclear what actually unlocks the gate to the alternate path or if it's unlocked at all. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you just use the two words energy signature, that probably would have, got it obvious or made an energy element picture next to it. It could have helped the dullards like me who tried firing every weapon possible at it, but, we'll take what we can get. Individual challenges are purposeful, often pretty decent, but they frequently feel out of order. Checkpoints are at regular intervals, never where I need them. I don't feel like I've mastered the gimmicks. Yeah, most of the gimmicks, I mean, just because it's not much to master. It's mostly just shoot it into the right spot and duck out of the way. On closer reviewing my recordings of this level, I was convinced the prisms were wildly inconsistent in their behavior. I could spend a whole paragraph elaborating on this, but most of it comes down to how things are and aren't communicated. Agreed. One thing I will say is probably movable prisms, taking more programming cues from the Mega Man 9 Spike Pusher fight. Bosses are solid though, Prism Woman's challenging. Necrozma is easier than expected but memorable. Prism Devil feels authentically Capcom, and the dialogue on a retry is thoughtful. I feel like Prism Devil needed to be a little bit more of a drawn-out fight to feel authentically Capcom. With some reorganizing and tidying, this could be awesome. And now Ace Spark. Let's see our favorite judge's deranged take on this. Considering next year's gym workout area, maybe a live Kurt Angle reaction could fit for next time. Shit, that's a great thing to factor in too. I think I'll have a good title to work out with that. Because no one knows how good these levels are gonna be, and that's before you factor Kurt Angle into the mix. You wanted to make a laser-themed level, by golly, it's a laser-themed level. Firstly, fantastic teaching with the gimmicks. No. Enemies are minimalist, the player quickly picks up what is needed to know. Big fan of how useful and interactive the weapons are with the gimmicks. What? I mean, only Iceball and Spark Chaser interact with the gimmicks. The other ones don't do shit. I don't know what you're talking... A-Spark, you're jumping off the ship a little bit. It allows for some useful skips, alternative methods, and that's very welcome on return visits or a few deaths. Some feel that players may shock horror use the arsenal to bypass challenges. Embracing it goes a long way. All just works. It's got a nice take on Shield Attacker, the Prism Joe being more of a stage obstacle than a time-consuming enemy. Single-handedly makes me regard them kindly. Yawning stream. Jeez, I usually don't get this bad until like an hour and a half into the stream. By the end, combinations are interesting, and the primary path does not outlive its welcome. Pretty to look at. It's a good-looking level with enough flair and just enough rotating color palettes to be interesting. Nitpick graphically. Not a fan of scaling objects. This results in the primary lasers used throughout looking very out of place. I didn't notice anything about them. Also, the 3 bosses, only Prism Woman looks like she fits. The other 2 look fairly amateurish and ill-fitting in a level that otherwise looks very professional. Necrozma, I'll agree. The Laser Devil, or Prism Devil, no, that looked fine. That looked exactly like what it should be in the level. I had no issue with that. Issues I take with the stage, the alternative path is slightly weaker than the primary one. Well, yeah. But at least it doesn't detract from the level of rarity in multi-element stages. I suppose. I'm just surprised that you felt so positively about a multi-element stage, Ace Spark. You hate those so much. Penultimate dark room with the pit is probably the worst designed area in the level. It often feels like things are just placed in the right location to screw over the player. Yeah, the shield attacker got me a couple times. Primarily black crystal wall and shield attackers blend in, resulting a few gotcha moments. Some more leeway could help. Devil's really good, fun patterns, frequently open to damage. Wonder if it could just replace a somewhat dull tie horn on the main path. Frankly, I don't think it added anything to the stage. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Good fake out, but that's really about it. You know, the fact that the military is trying to apply these crystals to something else, give, you know, what's one application? A devil boss. The Stult is Brick's boss from the 5th Game Boy game. It's just obnoxious to fight Buster only and not even a threat if you use weapons. Oh wait, that thing? No, it dies in like 3 charge shots. What are you talking about? And you can shoot its bullets. What are you talking about? I don't think I have agreed with a single. I've only agreed with like maybe 2 things Ace Spark has said here. I agree. Ace Spark is really carrying this level probably higher than it deserves to be. It's not a bad level, but Ace Spark is really simping over it for some reason. Feeler sound effects and visual tells are very distinct from when they activate. They're a little hard to battle. Yeah, you kind of gotta just feel out the laser in your bones. Then there's the Pokemon boss? Yes. I've had it since confirmed it's Pokemon. Not familiar with the games. Probably the easiest of the 3 bosses. I wouldn't say that. The Prism Devil was kind of very boring. It was not nearly as aggressive enough to justify its quick death. I had a blast fighting it. Excellent graphical and audio tells all around. Felt the urge to try and best this thing. Buster only no damage. Overall, well done. One of your favorite stages. Fair enough. Look, now I'm the one mauling over Ace's opinion. Yeah, well, Ace has some objectionable stuff to say about this level. It doesn't quite make sense. It doesn't add up. It feels inconsistent with his normal takes. Me and the chums rented out a theater today, watched some classic black and white movies from our childhoods. How old are you? And after that, we tried to settle the age-old debate. If the characters had a fist fight, which one would win? Popeye with spinach is a formidable opponent, and Charlie Chaplin has the power of Toon Force on his side. Ooh, you don't want to underestimate the Toon Force. That's like, you know, they can pull out like an entire kitchen sink out of their coat pocket. If you ask me, Laurel and Hardy's special teamwork combo can't be beat. Alright, thank you very much for a lesson in old cartoons that I know very little about. Well, that's actually not entirely true. I once had to take a college course on race and cartoons, and I don't know. In hindsight, it was interesting. In the time, I was like, wow, I really don't want to be taking this shit. Largely because it was an essay class, too. That did not help. Sock shoots and leaves. Alright. Popeye with spinach could solo Goku, probably. You know, I could maybe agree to that. There is a lot of iron in the in spinach, right? And iron is what kills dying stars, and you know, I'm pretty sure Goku is powered by the sun. So, yeah, that works. That's totally legitimate. All right, interesting. Bamboo-themed level. I like the bamboo water-throwing enemies. Those are cute. Kind of surprised this doesn't have Bamboo Boogaloo music. Maybe, I mean, it's definitely got fitting music though. That's for sure. Throwing chestnuts at me? Or no, those are probably bamboo. Those are bamboo seeds. I'm trying too hard to think of like a Mario connection. Oh, that looked lethal. I do like the idea of taking, you know, bamboo things and having what am I saying? Bamboo seeds and having them grow into you to hurt you. Wonderful reference to actual human torture. Hooray for human torture! That's just kind of in a mean spot. I have to do to be a Toon Force character, carry a bunch of dip with you at all times. Look, not everybody has access to the Who-framed Roger Rabbit goo. That's priceless stuff on the market, you know. Oh, that really looks like it would be an exit. Just for invasive plant species, yay! Well, that's okay. We're in Mega City. They're somehow native. I mean, these are probably all robot plants anyways in the hellscape that the Mega Man universe takes in. All actual plant life is dead. Some tech, I'm pretty sure it's probably the lore is that some tech bro came along and said, you know what, we need AI powered plants actually. And for some reason, all of the world's designers bought into it. It's great. Okay, what's the point happening in this room? I'm not. Okay, it feels like there should have been a token there. There's a lot of things that were happening in that room that I could just literally go by without thinking about it. Not sure what the whole idea was. Uh-oh, did I destroy someone's toy? Oh, yeah, Yamato. Sorry, I didn't know anyone was living here. I just thought I'd do some home redecorating. At least in Kudzu. Oh, yeah, that stuff's really aggressive. Alright, now this is how you do a little, oh, I'm assuming this is a secret boss, or an optional one. Now this is a challenge, this is something I actually have to learn. And actually get spacing down correctly. Still not good at it. But this feels like something I would actually just take some time to practice, and it would be perfect. Well, that's actually the main boss. How the hell did I see 0 elements on my way here? Huh? Usually that blind. Sprited one up. Oh man, I already have that. From Plant's perspective, trying to outperform Kudzu is like trying to beat Doom on Nightmare difficulty. And yet some of the most determined players... Yo, we should actually get Tirzu to do, I mean, I know he mostly does animals, but maybe he'll branch into plants. Try to get Tirzu to do something on Kudzu and talk about how its regeneration stats are just way too overpowered for the North American meta. Nice pun, thank you. I don't even remember what it was. I have brain rot disease. I can't remember anything. Alright. Well, that was... There's nothing else to this level. That was... really, really short. Like, that was really short. There was nothing there. Like, I don't... These gimmicks did not have a chance to breathe. Wait, is this another... Oh my god, there's more paths? Okay, so I have to come back to... okay, so this is an ice wall mandatory path. What the hell's going on here? What? Okay, so it's kind of like one of those stupid bow spider path type things that actually move back and forth with each... Okay, I got it. We have to actually figure out which one's the right way to get it down here. Okay, so those ones, and then probably get rid of this guy. Is it like this? Almost. Just get rid of you, we'll be fine. Oh, nope, don't want to do that. Well, wait, how do we... Oh, no, we have to get rid of this thing somehow. Otherwise, there's no way they could actually make its way down here. Usually to branch out into... Oh, that was entirely on purpose. Totally, yeah, huh? No, didn't even think about that. It's just such a natural way for me to be saying these words that I wouldn't have even considered that could have been a pun. That's always been one of those things that... Okay, ice wall despawns. It's always been one of those things that's also been challenging to me about trying to learn another language, is just the fact that I naturally think in just expressions within English rather than, you know, literal words. So without having a large lexicon of expressions, I struggle to actually articulate myself when trying to learn another language. Oh, and those are instant. Great. Like, I mean, I know a little bit of Italian from school. I haven't taken 5 years in total, after all. But, you know, it's still, I mean, not only are there, you know, intricacies of the language that make it difficult to have a conversation, there's also just the fact that, like, you know, with the example there with the whole Tirzu branching out, it's like, oh, well, that's just how I would, you know, say certain thing, and not knowing how to say certain, you know, having options for just kind of expressions, not necessarily metaphors, but just figures of speech like that, makes it completely awkward for me to actually speak to another human being. I become completely unnatural and unable to remember even the most basic structure of a sentence at that point. I would say language is always the thing that I struggled with the most in school. I could basically get anything else to work for me, but not a chance actually learning other languages. Favorite language pun is I got a Roku TV. That's 6 TVs. Okay, I think I understand that one. I know that Roku's a number. It's a pretty good one, though. No one can make fun jokes about my TV's brand name. It's just Toshiba. Maybe there's a joke about dog feet in there, but... It's definitely not one that's worth making. Okay, so now I have to actually keep my eyes peeled for a second token. I mean, I guess there was a ladder that I never took. That path, in my defense, that path looked main as fuck. Wait a minute, this would be a perfect opportunity for water shield. Oh my god, actually finding a use for this thing. Go water shield. You're finally being recognized for all your merit. Okay, that's this one's gonna be a little bit, and I've killed myself. Oh, good job. You have 2 dogs. There you go. That's better than dog feet. 2 dogs is a much more pleasant thing to be punning about, at least in the modern era. Ow. I just said that water shield would be good. Why am I not using it? Why? Because I'm stubborn and dumb. Also, it's not like this gave me a difficult time the first time I did this section either, so... Okay, that leaf was... Good old magnet beam. Nothing beats that. Not doing that again. 2 extremely obnoxious, sharp leaves falling from the sky. Didn't need that. Three obnoxious sharp leaves falling in the sky. Okay. Well, alright. That was, I guess, simple enough to find all these. Where does this end up leading? I don't remember this. Oh, just bonus room. Okay, okay, this is fun. This is cute. Like falling into all the little extra items. But no need to fight Super Yamato Man again. Alright, God, I don't know. Tier 13's really not been doing it for me. That level was also just kinda clunky. Like, it definitely had very cute ideas. And it turned them into threats in a fairly effective manner. But, like, the level itself, without actually going for the tokens, is really, really short. The gimmicks don't even interact all that much. They just kind of become like, you know, spikes to avoid. Or weird platforms to, you know, not fall off of. Like, that's it. They don't get fleshed out that much. The token path does more with the growing bamboo shoots from the ground. But that's really about it. Otherwise, there's no reason I would ever pull out Ice Ball in the entire rest of that stage. It was only, you know, I only thought about it because I had to pull it out. Boss fight was at least pretty cool. I liked this iteration of Yamato Man. It actually he put up a very good fight. And, you know, it was fairly balanced. I just had to actually take some time to learn the pattern. And then but then, like, I don't know. A lot of the other enemy stuff was promising at first with, you know, some custom designed enemies, and they interact a little differently, and they play off the bamboo theming pretty well. But, I mean, at the same time, like, most of the time the moles didn't hit ceilings, they didn't have opportunity to explode. The rabbits weren't, I don't think, any different from their original incarnations. The bamboo water lobbing things are like very similar to crazy cannons, but less spammy. And then just whatever the final screen is before actually fighting Super Yamato Man, like, it was just kind of messy. Like, I could blow past most of the architecture because most of it didn't matter. I don't know. This level didn't do it for me either. Hopefully, yeah, the next 3 levels, hopefully they're really good, but otherwise, I don't know. Tier 13's been kind of a stinker for me, I'm gonna be completely honest. Place has a whole lot of bamboo. That is so true, Mick. God, you're so observational. Let's see. Effective gimmick, go with the Sozu cannons. The tiny bamboo works as well as the HP boosts. For combat scenarios, the growing plant spikes are an effective deterrent. An awesome intro. Those are a bit weird. The yellow rabbits are horrifically underutilized. Yeah, there's only 2 of them, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 3. Well, 2 that you actually fight. Unfortunately, while the first half of the level is great, the second half completely drops off the radar. Yeah. Which is a way to tell the difference between the regular ones and the ones that spawn enemies prior to them firing. Rather, the main path is basically an afterthought. Pulls off all the cool introductions in the first half with some neat platforming, and then it's just a whole lot of basic combat. It does feel uninspired. If the token paths were just the main path, this would be a level with a lot more charm in it. I don't think it would quite save it, in my eyes, but it would be a lot higher of a contender. Main path's a bit of a dud. Token challenges do what the main level doesn't. Climb to the second token feels like an actual climax. It does, though it is also one that annoyingly throws leaves at every turn when you least want the leaves in your face. Uses the plant spikes as a fair punishment you can recover from. It's much more interesting than the original path, takes the final combat more palpable. All tokens in a similar boat, more interesting than the main, though the sheer amount of spinner spam can be irritating, more or less guarantee a hit. Either way, these stick out a lot more than the main path, which leaves me genuinely thinking some of the paths should have been cut. Yes. Bamboo Yamato Man is an excellent evolution. Great attack variety, good challenge. Yep, and it's nice. Interesting at this stage of very mixed feelings. Certainly an interesting level, one with a lot of fun concepts. The execution is kind of lacking. Interesting setups that play the gimmick and enemy strengths without feeling overwhelming. The Shishi Oroshis, sure, feel like a more threatening version of created cannons thanks to how they're used, while the lotus flowers are effectively motion-activated spikes. Yeah, things you can do with the idea, but, you know, not too much. You could have had me navigate a maze, like, you know, okay, take a path that allows you to go back without, you know, blocking yourself off entirely. That could have been fun. While things do get a bit more hectic, once the leaf spawners enter the picture, you can still mostly ignore them with the water shield. Hey, it gives water shield some chance to shine. I'm not going to complain about that. Level feels rather short. It really does. Getting the tokens extends things to a proper length, but once you have them, yeah, it ends very abruptly. Process getting that token to be pretty enjoyable. The whole puzzle with using Ice Wall isn't all that difficult to figure out, but does showcase some versatility with the gimmicks here. Strangely much more involved than the other two, both of which are behind rather annoying gauntlets. The second token in particular is where the worst of my grievances come from. Really don't like platforming segments where getting hit once is a guarantee to either kill you or reset your progress. Yes, it sucks. That's essentially what the second token room is in a nutshell. Water shield or magnet beam. Meanwhile, the room following that, which leads to the final token, is crammed with so many enemies and hazards that it's almost not worth trying to tackle it normally. Getting hits guaranteed either way. Now the end boss, well, I get the idea here. I don't think Green Yamato Man needed a smaller playing field to make things harder. Nah, I don't know. He only has really 2 attacks. I think it's fine to work with. Yamato Man, I mean, granted, was one of the last Mega Man 6 bosses that made sense to me, but now that he does, like he could use a tune-up. This has some interesting attacks, but can also end up killing you very quickly thanks to how much space his moves cover, which kind of ruined your enjoyment. Solid foundation, most of the token path soured things a bit. Shishi Orochis, not Shishi Orochis. No 8-head serpents here, thankfully. Yeah, I don't know. I'll do my best to bastardize the Japanese language even more to make very funny puns that I don't even understand. That makes for excellent content. What about Shishi Oro Oros? Is that anything? I know they love repeating language over there. They love repeating syllables over there to make words. Quite impressed with all the different bamboo-themed gimmicks. I especially like the bamboo shoots that grow into spikes. The robot that triggered it is clever. I do agree with that, at least. The Ice Wall puzzle's good. Few reams feel kind of lacking. Shishi Oreos. Ooh, they're gonna... Oreos that decide to kill you. Not too far off from real life. You know, I actually learned a fun, horrifying factoid about Oreos at work a while ago. Oreos apparently are the main ingredient that researchers will use, or not main ingredient, just main thing that researchers will use to fatten up rodents for like obesity studies and such. Oreos are literally known as mouse fattener in the industry. It makes it a little bit less enjoyable to taste Oreos when they're really just designed to, you know, they're that calorically dense. But I guess that's what makes them delicious in the first place, so. Straight past with a bunch of shooters and falling leaf enemies wasn't super engaging. Another problem is the room with the leaves. Yeah. Not very fun without special weapons. Water shield certainly helps. A bonus drop for the room. That one was cool. Bamboo Yamato Man's a neat fight. His attacks are nice as telegraphed. Overall, give you enough pressure. I like the fact you started the fight by shooting down his beloved deer scarer. Okay, is that the point of them? Is that what those things also do? They scare deer away? There are silly interactions like that. Still gonna have a couple of dark chocolate Oreos a snack every now and then. Of course. But, you know, it's now information that you cannot unlearn. You will now forever associate Oreos with fat mice, or at the very least, I do. It's obvious that a good deal of thought went into the level with the enemy gimmick roster, focus assortment of bamboo-centric novelties. Feel the unmistakable sense of place established by the music and tile set. Pay attention to the deliberate manner in which new concepts are taught to the player. Notice the ice wall token's handy weapon refill station, nearly foolproof safeguards against unintended ways to die in the boss chamber, and other player considerations. While design goes a long way in making it enjoyable, graphically I'm thinking of the repetitive dirt tiles and bamboo backgrounds are impactful but a bit rustic. Wouldn't mind a slightly earlier bush rustling to telegraph an incoming leaf attack. However, I do like how Spin Cutter is easily mistaken for a leaf. That's a nice, devious surprise if players aren't paying attention. I actually thought they were releasing Spin Cutters at first. I was surprised it didn't actually come back more in the level. Things got down in the fun. The second half is held back by an arduous vertical section full of slowdown, enemy spam corridor, and underwhelmingly up to the boss. Attacks are interesting but hard to predict. Occasionally questionable architecture, fuzzy directionality, inconsistent use of wall-destroying rabbits make the layout a bit bamboozling. Yeah, I mean, the fact that I couldn't actually pin down a token at all on my first playthrough, everything looked like, you know, death or optional path to go that way. So, like, or non-optional. Whatever. Split paths did not convey go this way for a token. Share my own cursed information then? Ooh, please do. Mountain Dew is so acidic it can dissolve a rat in 30 minutes. I would have to fact check that one. I'm not so sure about that. Because I know of acids that can in fact dissolve things like that in 30 minutes, and I don't feel like Mountain Dew is that. I mean, Mountain Dew is chock full of phosphoric acid, I'm pretty sure. Or some kind of phosphorus-based acid, but I don't think it quite does that. I feel like that's an urban legend. Information. Mountain Dew is a great drink and a rat-killing disposable. 2 for the price of 1. I'm gonna go buy the Baja Blast. At a reasonable price, too. I would say it would be a pretty good deal if it would be big if true. Look, you just start making Piranha Solution. Start being Nile Red, dissolving hot dogs and maybe rats in the backyard. Maybe don't do that. Don't be a serial killer. But, you know, if you want to do this, it's your life. Just be safe about it. I started in a first-person shooter before a Doom guy. I'm trying to think, which game was that? It has to be SNES era, or get Super Cats? Super Cats would be good. Super Cats charged on Mountain Dew, and they're spitting Mountain Dew to actually dissolve the rats a little bit faster. That'd be pretty good. Yoshi's Safari? What the hell is this game? How have I never heard of this? That is I am literally going to look that up right now so I can watch that after today's stream. I have never heard of Yoshi's Safari before in my life. Huh. Interesting JPEGs, alright. The America-themed Mountain Dew, I can remove my rat problem and quench my thirst and show my patriotism all in one can. God bless America. All you also need is now a Super Cat selling out that America Mountain Dew, and you will be enemy of rats all over the place. New York will fear you. Shortcomings minor enough to mention in passing. Various successes, how satisfying the ice wall puzzles are, and how well the level explores potential. Enjoying subtle humor, from the level title to the madcap power-up bonanza at the end, to Yamada Man's wrathful response to property damage. Well, the new gimmicks, I think the simple change that results in the bamboo platforms, changing the rolling platforms from Uranus from being solid to jump through, results in a much more compelling gimmick. I wouldn't quite call it compelling, I would just quite call it functional. It would make sense. Beat Doom to market by 5 months. Poor id Software. They could never live that one down. If only Doom was a much more critically acclaimed game, unlike Yoshi's Safari, Nintendo just swiped it right out from under them. The new gimmicks, I think the simple change results in bamboo platforms. Oh yeah, we already said that. It's a lot of recontextualized stock assets, that's good. Tokens are reasonable. Ice wall puzzle, whilst hard? Hard? What's going on in that brain? You got worms in that brain, A-Spark? Are you RFK? Are you RFK Jr.? The other token room's gonna have a tad too chaotic for my taste, but weapon use requirements are fairly intuitive. Tile sets and graphics are solid. The new sprite work here feels on model. Any real issues with the graphics? The bamboo shoots really do not look like they should be lethal. Yeah, a little bit. I think the biggest problem with the stage is that certain screens are very, very crowded. Others have too many things. Deal breaker, it's overall fun, but every so often a screen of 3 that are on the verge of becoming frustrating. Doesn't really scream final room, the stage just sort of ends abruptly. The boss, Stalkman? Bamboo Man? Yamato Man is good. Bamboo Yamato, something. Yamboo Man. Yamboo Man. That's the name. It's Yamboo Man. I'm almost fucking positive that's what the level creator has it called. In their personal notes. It's Yamboo Man. I'm locking this in. Please give me the $1 million Regis filled in. Well, it hurts a lot when he wallops you. Excellent, fun fight. It's kind of weird. A lot of the bosses seem to have a lot of, we're able to find out all the negative points that I had, but, like, it didn't weigh them down so much. For me, like, I don't know, the cons that they can recognize were just, like, very heavy for the stage. I can't look past them. Hunger Z, everybody's favorite. I know what you're thinking, but don't worry, there's a reason there's a mech here because it's promotion. The brand new hit flick Great Metonger versus Meta Robo, which, if you can believe it, I am starring in. Fights, drama, explosions, gruesome, gratuitous, and gory injuries, yet somehow a PG-13 12A rating. By the way, can you help me get out of here at some point? I think there was some glue on the seat. Sure. Oh, bullets aren't helping? That's the only thing I know to do. Up my head using a super scope add-on for the SNES. Still not the funniest gun access for the SNES though. Oh right, the super scope. That's something like something that did not actually originate in Smash, but very few people actually know where it does originate from. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I do not like the way that this mouse cursor is looking at me. Durkman? Durkman by Zambo. Alright. Wait a minute. Hold on. Super familiar music. I know where this is from. Is this directly? I think this directly is from Mega Man Rocks' OST, because I remember listening to this. Yeah, it is. It's from Mega Man Rocks OST. That little stinger actually made me remember. Nice. Why is the mouse cursor giving you the Riz face? I don't know. It wants to open something, though, and I'm not having it. It's not gonna right-click me. Music also kind of quiet, actually, now I'm realizing. I would say if there's any kind of maybe mod that I would like for this game, is just for somebody to go through and just level the audio a little bit more. Like, even me, somebody who's like, okay, I want the pure experience, I'm not buying any items to make my MaGMML3 experience any easier. Or like, any different from what the judges stated. I need some music to be constant. It's annoying having to constantly switch back and forth just to make sure that I'm not either being deafened or, listening from a faraway room. Okay, so we need to do this. Is literally Doorman's theme. Oh, well. Yeah, that should have made it obvious, shouldn't it have? Look, to be fair, I listened to the Mega Man Rocks theme in the background, without actually looking at I listened to the OST in the background without actually looking at each individual video, and it's been like probably 14 or more years since I've actually watched a playthrough of that crazy old game. On the topic of SNES gun accessories, look up the Max SNES M16 rifle controller. Oh yeah, that sounds right up my alley. That sounds like an absolutely deranged thing that you've just pitched to me exists. Ooh, a 4-block jump? Really? That's kind of a lot to ask out of the player, don't you think? I guess I didn't have to take the top path, but still. What is the SNES M16 rifle used in? That was embarrassing. You didn't see that. Cut that bit out. I didn't I did not just jump headfirst into a 0 block jump of spikes. Also, wait a minute, did I just... Am I crazy, or did I respawn on 2 different screens there? I feel like I respawned on the screen with the red button there when I died on the other challenge, and then I respawned like 2 screens backward at the very first stage, or at the very first screen there. I'm losing my freaking marbles, man. When you park toward champion crash, you gotta land those jumps. I don't know. I'll settle for having a PhD in Mega Man. I don't need to have a PhD in hops either, you know. I don't got the shoes, so it's not really worth my time. If I had some fresh as fuck J's, then yeah, you know, I would invest in that. But right now, I just kind of got these. I got these dinky ass things, you know. I guess I could actually use Rush Bike for a little bit. Oh, actually, no, wait. Rush Bike is the worst thing ever. Fuck that. Well, maybe now that I remember it exists. I just seriously have a hard... It's not even that I know it's just because, like, oh, Rush Bike's kind of difficult to use. It's just, like, it's so hard to remember it even exists. It has so little utility, even with all the buffs it was given. Oh, I see. That's the purpose of the top enemy. I see. I get it now. I understand. Understands nothing. Sick of how many invincibility frames that electric enemy has. I don't need to fight it another time in my entire life. Oh dear. War? Alright, I kind of saw that coming, but still. Used for military combat training on the Super Nintendo, designed to help soldiers getting accurate shots at their M16. Oh my god, literally Mega Man, literal combat simulator. I'm surprised that, huh. I guess if you want help. And, I was thinking for some reason that would have to be the American Army, but probably not. I'm guessing the Japanese Army was probably maybe the ones actually bothering with that. Speaking of bothering with things, I have no idea what's going on with this puzzle. I'm not going to engage with it. But sure, it sure makes Microsoft Flight Simulator look, on in shame. But I'm guessing also Microsoft Flight Simulator is probably actually very useful for people in, the Air Force, so... Oh god, the random bit generation really isn't working out. My ideas are, they've been lacking this week, I'll be completely honest. I think it's because I didn't have a very good time to recharge and refresh this weekend. I'm almost just entirely mentally drained. I don't have anything new or interesting to say. That's why I think I'm very sure that this weekend I'm not opening DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to finish our Deal Grim specs to you know, upload Power Stoner, and then also take time to clean the house this weekend. I'm honestly looking forward to it. There's some things that I probably should have been getting to, like it has been quite a long time since I've actually bothered to clean out the air conditioners in my apartment. I'm sure they are dusty and maybe even a little bit moldy and, you know, gross. So, need to get to that before I, you know, die of mold inhalation. Although I'm not like I'm feeling any ill effects now, but it's also at this point where it's like, yeah, I can kind of notice that there's something off. Or I just know that it's been a significant chunk of time, and I need to upkeep the house, actually. No, it was the U.S. Army. Officially sanctioned Army military controller. Huh. I mean, I'm less surprised that, you know, that they would have combat training video games. I'm more surprised that they would, you know, given that it is America, I'm very surprised that they would have, like, you know, taken something running on, like, I don't know, Japanese hardware. I mean, it's not like exactly, you know, Japan hasn't exactly been the U.S.'s enemy for several years, but it is still like a, you know, some kind of credible military threat, I can imagine someone saying. Also, just considering the fact that it's like, you know, video games still have some stigma today. Like, it's kind of crazy to think that they would actually bother adopting that. To our attention, certain employees have been jumping off the platform in an attempt to commit insurance fraud. As a countermeasure, we have installed several threatening pits and spikes to ensure death. Drivers will be shot. Hope that you are not too concerned with all these changes, and will continue to have a wonderful day. XOXOXO Management. What a loving management. Thinking about the fact that they don't want me to actually claim anything on my insurance. Well, I did get shot, but thankfully it was non-lethally, so we can continue on with the level. Should get a PayPal thing resolved in the next couple days. I'll let know via email. Sounds good. I mean, I still need to kind of look into the whole thing as well. It seems like it's a lot. I was looking in briefly with my friend, but oh, well, that's kind of inconvenient. Doesn't respawn. Oh, okay, that's quick. Looking into it with my friend a little bit before stream started, and apparently setting up a business PayPal is not so hard, so I could probably just do that to anonymize myself, so that'll be easy. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing all the setup for that tomorrow, because I don't think I think I'm just gonna tell my friend, hey, no Baldur's Gate this week. I need to just kind of have some time to myself. You know, I'll just set that up tomorrow or over the weekend, so I'll get back to you as well on that with email. And bro, the U.S. military made a flamethrower dog for shits and giggles that there's a bigger money sink than the U.S. military. I mean, a money sink, yeah, there's no question about that, but, you know, also name a military that's probably less trustworthy of anything outside you could think of. I mean, like, hell, talking about Wendigoon, you saw the video about the U.S. military being like, I in fact do not want to implement the AR-15 because it was not in fact made by Springfield Armaments. This is a very fair and definitely normal thing to be in cahoots with. Or to be adamant about not changing. Okay, so I need to move that. One more down. Okay. Boy, this level sure is kind of long running. It's not terrible, but it is taking a noticeable amount of time. So wait a minute, what am I supposed to do here? Am I able to... No, I can't quite slide on and off that. What even is the goal of this? Huh? Okay, so I could just... No, so I can't go forward. Okay, gimmick conveyance is starting to kind of go out the window. I have no idea what is actually being asked of me at this point. Oh, okay. Alright, sure. It just suddenly goes through walls. Yeah, that's normal. That's not what we... That doesn't go against everything that the level has taught me at this point. Have I trapped myself? Can I untrap myself? What the fuck is going on here? So now do I need to press that again and then do this to get in? Okay, sure. Oh, and that's a different red button. Would it have been so hard to just, like, resprite a door so it's a different color? Make it yellow? I thought that those buttons would be doing the same thing. Alright, well... Do you do anything fun? If I hit you with ice wall? No, you just make it rainy? I was hoping for snow. Alright. Well, now we're also kind of veering away from artistic theming. Something is This level doesn't feel normal at this point. We've kind of just veered into random factory with weather now? I was willing to accept the kind of random bits of electricity and the fact that this only had anything marginally just to do with doors in the factory. Maybe it's, you know, it's a door factory. It's doors. But like, now the level's kind of just off the rails. I don't know what the fuck is happening at this point. Why is it snowing? There's no point for this. It's doors. There are doors, and they do door things. I heard that you like doors. How would I put doors in the MaGMML3? What? You want more doors? Here's more doors. More fucking lasers. Halfway through this 13-minute level. What the hell is going on at this point? Oh, well, okay, I guess I didn't react to that in time. Time to die! Whee! Adores them. Alright, you're banned. No puns. Only I get to make puns, and only that's when it's unintentional. Streamer's privilege, I know, but we have to have boundaries, otherwise we're just gonna be a lawless land. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll block the laser with a door. Revolutionary stuff. Have to ban the level name then too. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay, I guess that's a puzzle. Just hit the buttons in sequence. Alright, I guess I appreciate that there is actually puzzle elements to this. This very could have easily just been a stage that didn't bother with it, but these are combining alright. I wouldn't quite say they're combining in a super interesting manner. I mean, just making moving platforms, blocking things. I've seen that within this contest already. Alright, I guess hit that button and go. But wait, what did it do? Well, I hope that did something that I haven't seen yet. Hope it wasn't just related to a mysterious fourth token that was over there that I didn't get a chance to see. Probably was. Good entryway for new players. And do I really want to get to know you? Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. This does seem like a kind of a new player-friendly environment. Although it... I don't know. There's just... Oh, okay, so good. That was intended to go and just hit that. Tier 2, here I come, baby! Alright, that's at least good humor, still. Yeah, no, this level's also not clicking for me. Why is none of Tier 13 working in my brain? Hey, Coolest. Nice to see you here. No problem. Glad you just felt like showing up. How are you doing tonight? We are currently in the midst of door pun hell, and frankly, still not having it in Tier 13. None of the levels are really appealing to me. They're just kind of there. I am really shocked that this level is as high as it is. It felt... I'll save it... Okay, I'll save all my opinions until the very end, but still. This level does not feel like a... Hell, even like a Tier 10 or something. Alright, that's funny, I guess, but... Okay, well... Alright. Oh no, not you too. I'm doomed to hear fucking puns in my chat. Pause is a good pun, though. I like pause. Alright, so... Apologies in advance to Zambo, but... I don't see how this made it this high. Like, nothing in it was, like, offensive or bad. Like, it did solid concepts well enough, but it kind of gets to the heart where a lot of the judges were kind of, lamenting in like tiers 5 through 8 or so. That's like, this is kind of just solid. It does exactly what I would expect a Mega Man level to do. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too original, nothing too, out of the blue. It's fine. It's serviceable, but, we're in this contest, we're looking for exceptional, right? It's just like Dorkman over here just did moving door mini puzzles with lasers. It doesn't... And it also didn't have a very coherent sense of, like, theming to work with the doors. We just started getting weather gimmicks for no reason at the end. Or towards the late end. The stage was also long as fuck, which is, like, how is that something to not overlook? That's something that fits directly into the lower tiers. The boss is a non-boss. It's a joke boss, which, is funny. But also, the devs, or the judges themselves, have said that they're kind of sick of the instant death boss joke. I guess I didn't have to instantly kill Darkman, but like, you give me the big red button, I'm gonna press the big red button. Also had inconsistent gimmick mechanics. The doors started off by stopping at the walls, as you would expect them to from how Mega Man 8 works. But then they also just start shunting themselves into the walls and then stopping randomly and then also moving at random speeds. So that stops making sense too. I'm sorry, Zambo, if you happen to watch this. I really am glad that you submitted something. And the fact that you submitted something that didn't make me want to, commit game end here. That didn't make me want to, jump off a pit and waste all of my infinite lives like some of the other levels have. I don't get this level. It doesn't make sense. Like how it got this high. Like it's just kind of mediocre in my mind. Am I an asshole for thinking that? I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not being too much of an asshole. I don't want to be like just a source of negativity, but like, I don't know. This really didn't do it for me. I was bored. Adorned with them, they'll need a better theme like a dormitory. I'm gonna stop. Oh, here's a door pun. Ass. I'm gonna start this entry getting this high, clever use of entryways. I'm gonna just stop reading all the door-related comments, I'll be honest. Okay, maybe the judges see something that I don't. What do they have to say about this? And the dorks in this level, for my taste, there's a lot of doors. Astro puzzles are spiffy scenarios. Novel usage compared to Astro Man. It gets a bit dull with the pressing and waiting. Honorable mention goes to the joke boss at the end, where you make the combustion. Don't repeat this, folks. But my personal favorite is the one puzzle with the button you don't press. Not only does it play with my expectations, but it's satisfying the puzzle has some fun surprises. Green Rocket Go Zoom, for that matter. I like how any puzzle reset buttons extremely quickly, cutting out on wait time. That was considerate, though. I could appreciate that. That's about to peak the level. The lasers and extra spikes breathe a little life into it. Stage overstays its welcome. Yes. It's like 25 minutes there. That was way too long to spend in one level. Top themes are the only good piece that gets good use, owing to the unique scenarios and the puzzle areas. However, the difficulty curve is hampered by the introduction. Challenging than ideal. By themselves, the issues aren't too bad. The concept's entertaining. The aesthetic gets dull. It also gets confused, too. For some reason, we're outside. The hotel level, judging by the management text, I'm gonna make it look like a hotel, as is now it's a boring purple factory building. The only interesting visual being some day-to-night visual progression, a basement floor sign I happen to notice. It stands as an alright level, absolutely better than tier 2, but there's definitely room for improvement. Agreed. Very solid stage, small twists. More than just blockades, helps the level stand out a bit more. I mean, yeah, but I mean, when you're just using it as a moving platform, like, I don't know if that's necessarily inspired. Geared a bit more towards puzzle platforming, although it does end up being pretty easy. I don't really mind too much. I kind of issue with the checkpoint placement. If you happen to die, the checkpoints are just far enough. Puzzle being straightforward works in the favor. Redoing earlier parts still end up being monotonous, but it's nowhere near as bad as it could be. Can't complain too much about the rooms themselves. Speaking of enemies, I kind of wish more were set up to take advantage of the doors and their placements. The Komasoburos are the only ones that do this, which makes more interaction with them a lot more interesting. Only other major thing I have with the stage is issues with the aesthetics. Yeah, they're more visually appealing, but they don't really make sense. I get the joke. I don't think it would ruin the stage to pick something other than Doorman's theme. Yeah, sometimes Mega Man Rocks can be a little abrasive, especially Doorman's theme. It gets a bit thin in odd spots, a bit tinny. Oh, doors. I just look in the chat. I see doors in all caps or Dory. Oh God. That's it. I'm ending stream. Dork of the Doors. Looks to be a puzzle-oriented stage. Following doors somehow. Simple gimmick. If any sun setups here, color me surprised. Oddly fitting. A situation where the player can wind up getting stuck by the Astroman doors. Clearly some thought put in. Yeah, I guess there's no soft locks. That's good at least. Sucker for puzzle levels. One's pretty good. Open lockouts are sensible, clever setups. Electrifying ladder jump. The final door and laser combo satisfying to overcome. Difficulty curve is steady and the pacing is good. The focus wobbles here and there. Some sections could be better about consistency, clear causality. Yeah, why are there not more door colors or door patterns? Something to make it so I'm not like wondering why red button only affects one red door. Or why green button affects red button and red door. Or red door and green door. More checkpoints, I guess. Sure. Length contributes to music fatigue. Main theme is fun, but wears thin after 10 to 15 minutes. Really one shot at getting the last token. I could do without the telltales that are easy to avoid, and the rain adds little challenge aside from a touch of nausea. Yeah, it doesn't make sense with the theme either. Also, that's another good point. All the enemies in this stage just kind of like, aside of the top man enemies, they all just kind of are there and they shoot at you. Not really doing much with the gimmick at all. I experienced them first early on. The puzzle element was kind of lost when I was able to play them for yourself. Those reviews mostly based on the initial notes, the initial review, how much fun you thought it was. Certainly better than door themed level than Eric Ruth's original Doorman stage. The use of Astroman's doors is fairly unique. The door puzzles could have been pushed further in my opinion. Much further in my opinion. There was certainly good. The second long room was particularly enjoyable. And it's positive throughout the stage is how well things are introduced. Even if they are difficult assets, the player will understand them. Some issues with the level, odd checkpoints, telltales were completely pointless. Club token requires almost a minute of backtracking. The diamond token is abysmal, yeah, if you don't get it. I think the level looked okay, if a bit dull. Finally, the use of Darkman did not have enough of a payoff at the end of the level. You could see the joke of the boss from a mile away. Could you? I didn't really see the joke, but maybe it's because I'm autopiloting through this whole level. The thing being a door. Alright, that's a good one. Shut the door on the puns. Yeah, you better. I'll look for a Mega Man X game. Could order food much better that way. Because he's a door dasher. Yeah, I get it. Alright, everybody yuck it up. Yuck it up with the guy who doesn't enjoy puns. Unless they're very specific ones or his puns. Blade Man DOS. I may seem a cheap copy of certain other Robot Master to my name, despite our tenuous legal resemblance. It has at least landed me plenty of work as a stunt double in samurai movies. Funny how that works out. Oh, hello, Chance. Charade Man. Films nowadays may be able to use robotic illusions or other trickery to get the job done, but where's the fun and magic in that? I say we should put our more focus on spectacular actors such as myself. In fact, I think I should star in every movie. You'd certainly be more welcome than Jack Blackman. Fury. This is supposed to be Zero? Oh no, that's the stupid steamroller enemy. Luminous Tower Ascent. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Now we're actually getting to the proper showings, showing about the level names. Okay. Y'all gotta stop. Let me try to shake things up. I never asked yesterday, Kulez, why are you heading to Denmark? I got lost in that entire conversation. Is there anything interesting that you'd like to share about why you're heading to Denmark? Oh, okay, okay. Hey, 128 Up, I recognize that name, and, you know, their music, also good. I'm feeling awake now, I'm really feeling it. Fast-moving plug ball enemies, check, good. Keeping my energy up. Oh man, he dropped the fucking capsule and I wasn't able to grab it. I didn't need that W tank whatsoever, but felt like I had to go for the style. That was a challenge I actually wanted to do. Tormented the door puns. Alan, why aren't you helping me? You're supposed to be my brother. You're supposed to be my bro. You leave me out here to die like a dog? You could have been a door stop for me. All right, there. I made my one door pun. Can you? Are you all happy now? I joined in. I succumbed to you. I succumbed to your brain rot. And I paid enough tribute. This the penance. I finally finished construction on their MaGMML3 level. Your choice of words. Alright, okay, we actually have some platforming, making me feel awake, engaged with the level a little bit. Springs, got some good movement. I'm feeling it. I'm starting to really feel it. This level's actually starting to make me feel good emotions. I haven't felt those in a while from this contest. Aesthetics are also consistent, they're fun. I mean, they're just a construction site, but I'll take it. Oh, okay, those things are a little hard on the eyes. They do not need the flashing effect as well. In Denmark right now. To answer your question, I was going to Denmark because I have some relatives that... Oh, boss fight time. Hold on. I have to read that comment in a second. I just... Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Can I just... Yes! We found a use for Rush Bike, finally. I mean, okay, it's not actually that effective. It was fun while it lasted, though. I was able to at least spam from that platform without having to do any dodging. That's nice. That's worth something, right? We can justify using Rush Bike at all in this game. I really should not be eating this much shit to this mini boss. This is not that tough. Okay, in Denmark right now, to answer your question, I was going to Denmark because you have relatives that live there. I was going to visit them. Also just personally. That's actually pretty cool. Wish I had some international relatives, but, well, most of the white side of the family all basically ended up immigrating to America. So, you know, the old world was left behind. And the Japanese side of the family is, well, they're all old and dead. There's no kinder way to put that. They're old and dead, or Well, actually, yeah, they all are actually at this point. Or like they're just completely estranged and, you know, not at all connected to my branch of the family. So no excuses to go international for me. I would actually just have to go to be like, well, all right, I guess it's time to go. Go and get some culture in me, right? I do want to do a Japan trip at some point. That's probably the next one on the docket. But, you know, planning for that, certainly a chore on its own. I should have seen that coming. Show you the door, all that, blah, blah, blah. Tell the song. Yeah, Rip Crash's Japanese relatives. And Muerte. Oh, great. We're evolving from shitty Japanese into shitty Japanglish. Love it. Fun slash unfun fact, actually. Most of the Japanese relatives I had, they also had immigrated all to America at some point. Then World War II happened, and, you know, well, they lost their livelihoods because of internment camps. And you want to know where they moved back to get their life back in order? To Japan. And where in Japan, you ask? Why, Hiroshima, of course. What stupid family history. Swear to God, it's like, yeah, you know what? I have better prospects in a rubble-strewn wasteland than in America. It really does sound like an SNL bit. And then fucking, like, one of them... Okay, that's a little rude. I think I had to cycle back for that anyways, so I'm not gonna hit the retry button. And then one of them decided to eventually move back to America. And so it's like, okay, great. Glad you completed the whole cycle from 3 years old to your mid-20s. And then, you know, deciding to, you know, die out here in these streets. Japanish from Japan. Reincarnated in another world. You're suggesting they got fucking isekai'd by Bomb-kun? Like, damn. Damn, Alan. Those are some jokes to be making publicly. But you're not wrong. He's not wrong, but he shouldn't say it. Of course, they move back to Hiroshima, I know, right? They move back to America and they end up in Detroit. Oh. Now that would kind of complete the comedy of errors. Thankfully, I was not doomed to grow up in Michigan. I got to live out a pleasant life in sweet home Chicago. Okay, so I do have to wrap around. That is what is expected of me. Alright, I like this stage. There's some life to it. There's actually gimmicks and timing that I should be respecting, even if I'm not very good at it. The enemies all actually play a good purpose. Nothing here feels auxiliary or, you know, unneeded. Sounds like a Deltarune song. Yeah, I do agree. It does kind of have that vibe. As someone who has never played Deltarune, but has had to hear people play Deltarune, I agree. There is that kind of vibe to it. Got that kind of rising action, but also really strong focus on the rhythm. And a melody that manages to soar despite being rather simple. It's nice. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, I saved it. Saved it. Intentional. I wanted a damage boost there. Yo, Joe's? Let's go eat at Joe's. It's closed, but we can come back to it. Wait, why isn't it? I sincerely hope that there's a Mega Man level left in this contest themed around eating at Joe's, the old-timey cartoon joke. And then it's also an Oh Joe's rehash, because it's just full of Joe's. All the waiter Joe's. Shield Joes. All the other host Joes and everything like that. That'd be a good bit. Actively writing this down for MaGMML2 EZ. MaGMML EZ2. not saying Chicago pizza is inherently worse than New York pizza. Now, what makes you think you can come into a Chicagoans chat and just say that and think that you're not going to be actively ridiculed for it? Tell me your thought process. Because you are dead fucking wrong, in my opinion. I do not want to eat deep dish every day of my life, but I would say that I would enjoy deep dish more than a New York slice in any fucking moment. If we're gonna really start the pizza arguments, then I'm ready to go whole hog into it. Because, like, I do not get New York pizza. It's just too thin. Like, what I eat pizza for is the sauce. I love the sauce. Sauce is the star of the show. And I do not enjoy how New York pizza has basically, like, a fucking teaspoon of sauce on a slice and is mostly just, like, your most plain-ass Colby cheese browned like, as possible. It also, New York pizza has a strong focus on the bread, and I do not like bread, like, that much. Bread is boring as shit to me. It is a means of conveying better tasting things to your mouth. Like, I don't get it. There's no appeal to me. My ideal pizza type is either Detroit-style pizza, or at least ideal on an everyday, quote-unquote everyday kind of basis, is Detroit-style or tavern-style pizza. That's a nice balance between thickness and, you know, not being a whole-ass casserole. But, like, yeah, New York slice. Can't stand it. That's the one thing about the East Coast I don't like, that I can't get a fucking deep dish pizza out here. Hey! Master's JoJo. Oh, we already had that in a different level. Shield of, good Chicago-style pizza. The best Chicago-style pizza will never outdo good New York pizza. Good marinara pie. Yeah, but I also need the cheese, too. It's like a cake. You know, you can't have cake with just icing. You can't have cake with just the best part. You need something else to balance it. And then, like, having the cheese and the sauce. Yeah, pizza is a casserole, but... Italy has best pizza. I mean, Italy does have some pretty good pizza. I went there several years ago. You know, I enjoyed, I specifically remember possibly the most over-the-top decadent fucking pizza that I've ever had in my life there. It was a, oh god, what was it? Like a crema-based pizza, where, you know, Italian crema is like that heavy, fatty, lardy stuff. And it also had, like, you know, some kind of fatty pork meat on there, too. And had a bunch of different cheeses. And, like, that thing was just, like, that shit was designed to put you to sleep right afterwards with how much fat was in that meal. It was delicious as hell, though, and I would definitely have it again. Milan pizza? I had whatever the hell was available in Rome, so... But, yeah, whatever. For the tirade I just went on, New York pizza is fine. It's just not my thing. I would not turn it down. If I was starving, I would fucking eat the New York pizza. It would not, or I was just hungry. It would be fine, but it's not. I prefer more. Need something more substance, less floppy. In Italy too, I'm like Rally from Die Movie Kid, always going to different countries and places. How long did that series go on? I don't remember Rowley traveling so damn much. I don't remember the first, like, maybe 3 or 4 books, but that was about it. I don't remember him doing. Maybe he did. I don't know. But yeah, Italy's fun. I mean, I was talking a little earlier in the stream about how, like, I do actually know a little bit of Italian. That was what I studied in school here. I'm certainly not fluent, but, you know, at the time I was, you know, good enough to get around. I was able to navigate with my dad, who spoke no fucking Italian whatsoever. It was funny. When we traveled to Italy, we basically were having kind of an Inglourious Bastards party moment, where it was like, so his girlfriend at the time was Sicilian, born in Italy, moved to America, you know, and she was kind of, you know, serving as tour guide, because she knew, you know, a lot about Italy, of course, and northern Italy, and Rome, the area and stuff. And, you know, she spoke perfect fluent Italian. I had taken 4 years of Italian up to that point, and, you know, was okay. I could at the very least survive and read signs and things like that, and make simple communication, order food for myself, ask for some directions, things like that. Dad couldn't get fucking grazie right by the end of the week. He kept saying grazia, and it's like, that's not it. So we really had a third best kind of moment. He's the third best at Italian among us. He doesn't speak any Italian. You're gonna olive branch say Chicago Bears better than New York Jets and New York Giants? Well, that I don't. In this metaphor, I don't eat olive branches. I don't fuck all about sports and don't give a damn about them. The closest thing I give a shit about in sports is the Chicago Blackhawks, because I like hockey mildly, but I don't even follow it that much. Don't tell your mom you said that. I don't know. I do have your mom's phone number right here. I guess I'll have that as blackmail in the future. I like this music, just the right energy. Yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, what the hell was my opinion of the stage? I will admit, it was maybe a bit generic feeling, but at the very least, the enemies and obstacles were well thought out. I actually had to think half the time while I was fighting. I had to think half the time if I wanted to do a full jump on the spring, how I wanted to time it out, how I was timing with the plug ball enemies. The little tower mid-boss and final boss were pretty cool, you know, things that were replacement for Robot Masters and other mid-bosses. Like, I liked it. It wasn't especially complicated, yet for some reason it was kind of challenging to avoid all the shit that was coming at me. Maybe they were a little bit on the easy side. With a little bit more practice and maybe a little bit more, like, clarity of mind, it wouldn't have been so bad. But, you know. That maybe could have used a stronger showing of gimmicks, but this was at least a fun, rompy stage. Is it maybe tier 13 quality material? I'm not quite so sure of that. I'm not actually keeping track of points for everything here. But at the very least, this is probably the level in tier 13 I've had the most pleasant time with so far. So I feel like I need to recognize that. Thank you, 128 up, for making something that I can enjoy. I'm so Italian that I have my fucking pinched finger hands going as I literally talk about this to nobody who can see this. Oh, God. Italian used to Google Translate for science. My uncle went to Italy with us Italian, so he would translate. Yeah, well, I mean that definitely helps. I mean, there was no way that it was going to be just Dad and I going to Italy and being like, oh God, I have to actually put my money where my mouth is and actually speak Italian fluently for a week. That would be kind of a nightmare scenario for someone with the social awkwardness that I have. But I don't know. Maybe I'd do it again. Why not? I like Italy. I need to go back again. It would be fun. See a little bit more. But I would have to, you know, leave Rome and actually not be able to rely on people speaking English. Like the music, just the right energy. Has a fair amount. It doesn't feel very luminous, but it feels like a tower. It's a decent climb. Enemy set's a bit dull. Waltriot ends up being interesting. Regular elements can sometimes help, but Kanjo isn't very useful thanks to his fire threshold. There's a couple, yeah, barring a few instances. A couple of instances in where you actually don't have enough time to take out the Joe is actually pretty good. Springs in conjunction with Snaplar and Tekyan to get some decent scenarios. Unfortunately, while the overall difficulty curve is solid, the super speed Snaplars are an absolute pain to deal with. Using Tornado Blow, come on now. Getting around them is a pinch more hassle than it's worth. Decent level, without any kind of significant theme, it can struggle to be super memorable. Yeah, I'm probably not going to remember this too long. Super speed obstacles and the boss fights. Otherwise, this wasn't super memorable. In the boss, the first laser tower is an effective mid-boss, simple to fight, but unique enough to be enjoyable. A little disappointing when the boss was just another angry laser tower. That started to fade away when it started fighting. Between the attack variety and 2 weak points, the red laser tower is a respectable example of a boss with multiple health bars, and it ends things on a high note. Agreed. Accept your opinion on the exteriors, it will die on the Pizza Hill. Yeah, no, that'll be, whose side are you on? New York Italians? Chicago Italians? Yeah, no, it's an entirely just different kind of split. Let's see. The only thing that we'll have in common is the fact that we both look at a rat and go, hey, look at this rat! That's amazing! Give us some pizza, Tony. By and large, it's a pretty decent level. I wouldn't say it's the point where it's completely non-distinct. It's got a couple of things to start to stand out, so that's good. Structured well, gimmicks get introductions, good curve. Yeah, just trying to rush through to punish you, and I like that. And for so many levels that give me count bomb setups, that the best strategy is to say, fuck it, we ball. It's nice to have a level that actually makes me think about the obstacles for once.
He's in a threatening way. Yeah, Kanjo was good here. Most notable thing about the level design is the precision involved with a lot of the room layouts. I mostly noticed this whenever the swinging maces got involved. Quite a few setups involving them make things feel cramped. With the little room you typically have to maneuver, ended up feeling like there were some situations where I felt it was better to just take a hit and abuse iframes to get by. Yeah, that happened once with one of the token challenges, I'll agree with that. Didn't happen for every room, giving the impression some could stand to be a bit less cluttered. Ending stretch was nice, gives more breathing room. Bosses, the mini-boss is straightforward, not much can be said for him, since attacks are all kind of standard, have good telegraphs. I'll definitely take something like that over a mini-boss, something overly complex, okay. Doesn't feel like a complete retread, yeah. I think most of the difficulty here came from cramped rooms, still left with a good impression. I'm gonna say all the countries I've been to. Denmark right now, Italy, the US, New Zealand, Panama, Mexico, and Ukraine before 2022. Oh, fun. Do you have a favorite? Or maybe, describe what was your favorite thing about any one of those that you wish to describe? I would like to be more of a world traveler myself, but, without a Schengen zone to travel around in, it is a little bit difficult to justify seeing multiple countries, and especially when you would also have to hop across, a giant ocean to see most of them, or go to countries that, south don't really speak very much English. It would be kind of tough. To United States. yeah, that kind of do be the experience, don't it? Sent with ascending energy, I quite like this one. The premise is simple, run and gun fun, catchy music, Kanjo's good. Swinging hammers are excellent components. After speed later on, test the player's sense of rhythm. Bosses are also interesting, they are stationary targets. Very fun and engaging. Normally illuminated building meander. Level sense of identity would benefit from beefier aesthetic and gameplay theming, but the creativity is good. Some fresh ideas used in interesting ways and design choices that don't aggravate me. This level delivers. Flip platforms swinging around to the other side of the wall, smap web shielding enemies, acting as jumping hazard. Vacuums paired with springs and ladders. Yes, please. Challenges are generally fair and paced well, giving the player appropriate amount of time. Power-ups and checkpoints are good, special weapons are helpful. There's room for polish, visual clutter, odd gaps in the architecture often distracts from the purpose of the challenge at hand. Gimmicks could be a little bit more careful. Yeah, I guess so. Also, what was up with those purple plug ball enemies in that one room? I guess he just wanted to be able to not tornado blow them, but where they just appeared there and that's it. Pressing a mini boss is always fine, used in a certain way, anticlimactic, appreciate the attention to detail. Subtlety is an excellent sprite work. Another color to represent the background would have been preferable though. Orange is a bit mistaken. I didn't have an issue with that, but I could see, somebody with colorblind issues could. Keep making levels. I'm curious what you have in store. Used to live out on the West Coast for a bit when I was younger. Been to the Midwest a very long time ago. Formative memories of visiting Legoland and getting Bionicles. Yeah. West Coast is nice. I mean, I've visited... My dad has been kind of the world traveler. Well, maybe not the... Well, actually, kind of... He's gone to a lot of countries recently, but, throughout the U.S., I've been able to, places he's gone to has ranged from, visiting him in Hawaii to California to... there was Denver for a time, but not for too long. So, yeah, plenty of stuff. And plus, he was always interested in traveling. He got me, he was able to give me that experience as a developing child to be actually able to go out and see all the most of the U.S. states and find something interesting to do. Remind me that it's not just Chicago to grow up in. There's there's a New York world out there. There's Miami to go see. There's stuff in California to do. There's something interesting about each locale. It's a nice worldly experience.
The United States was kind of funny because whenever I would speak, some people would be like, "Oh, you're British?" Or I would go on an elevator and purposely say lift, and people would look at me. Yeah. Yeah, Americans have a very over-exaggerated reaction to people being British or English. It's kind of funny. I try not to do that because I understand it's gotta be fucking obnoxious at a certain point. Like, especially if it's like, oh, I hear somebody. I can only imagine it's like you hear somebody with a southern drawl and like they're in the north. It's like, oh wow, you're from the south. It's like, yeah, I am. It's like, thanks for noticing. Like, okay, yeah, I gotta just stop with certain things. Yeah. I have the only. I'm sure I could just look up the etymology of this to make it more sense. The only British name for things that I have never found to make any sense for me was lorry. I feel like lorry is a very unnatural choice for me, at least when I'm thinking of like truck. Like, I can understand lift, like that's just a very direct thing, but like I don't understand how like lift and elevator can just be construed as synonyms. I don't understand how lorry and truck came to be two separate words to describe the same thing. Very weird. Great stage length, good checkpointing, tokens reward the player for paying attention, good stuff. Mega Man 6 platforms, good use. Generic enemy set, still got its good use here. Doesn't fall into the trap of not putting thought into placement. Clear idea, yeah, definitely. Graphically, it looks rather nice, doesn't it? The two bosses are net positive level. The mid-boss is very, very simple, but does its job. The more complex end shot patterns are challenging. Rare to see an end boss iterate on an earlier encounter, but the stage pulls it off. Feel like very different fights. I agree. I'm sure the end boss quite justifies its 2 health bars, but at the same time, I can't say it really drags feet, which is good. Good attack tells. Did find the stage does just rack up damage to the player over time. Yeah, I could use maybe a little bit more health. There's not too many instances of this. Never egregious. Just time it better, forehead. On the backtracking and retreading familiar ground if you go for the tokens is also just that bit of extra annoyance. Some slight modifications could smooth things over. Well, the stage does look nice. Ultimately, theming is kind of generic. It's a good Joe Metz City level, but it's, still a good one at least. Will hinder memorability, but you kind of forgot it. Alright. Yeah, I was happy. That was at least a nice diversion from some of the other things. Where does this go? Whee! Thanks for noting the F you. Oh, okay. Well, that's what that hole in the wall is for. In class at FIT got me used to people from all over the world, but I gotta admit, hearing someone near me with a British accent does still catch me off guard. Feels out of place over here. Yeah, it is definitely still not common. Every once in a while I run into someone at the university. It's like, oh, okay, wow, that's completely different English. I have to actually pay more attention to what you're saying to actually comprehend you. But, there's certainly there's certainly higher language barriers to come over in higher education. I never believe how much footage we editors leave on the cutting room floor, so appreciate our work. Wow! Fun fact, one time I snuck some hilarious footage of an actor slipping on a banana peel in the final cut of a movie. Which movie? You'll just have to wait and find out. I'll strike you when you least expect it. Yeah, just like... I hope you put that under Jack Black, man. Man. Oh, that's uncanny. Started my career with starring in many parody and pastiche film, but I've changed my tune. Now my favorite kind of movie is to be in desolate, deeply effective outhouse films. Think it fit right that vibe, don't you think? Hold on, I have access to the costumes from here, right? Rank Venium, achievement booklet, blah blah blah. Oh no, I don't have access to the costumes here. Oh well, I was going to put on the man costume here for a second so we could have man talking to man, but it'll have to wait. Panama, Mexico are cool because I can actually fluently speak Spanish. Oh, nice. Dark Castle. Spanish feels like the thing I probably should have learned a little bit more, but just... Gotta admit, granted, I took Italian because I wasn't feeling, that was the heritage I felt a little bit more connected to than anything else. There could have been an alternate timeline where Crash takes Japanese lessons and learns Japanese, which could have been slightly more useful for this whole VTuber hobby thing and or getting into anime and such and video games and translations and the blah, but you know, that just didn't fit my aesthetic as a kid. So Italian it was. Starting off, yay Kirby levels. Can appreciate. Can also appreciate the fact that all the enemies are doing Mega Man attacks instead of the you know, the Kirby attacks. It's a very creative reuse of the enemy. I like it a lot. Took some custom effort to do so. Alright. That guy didn't put up much of a fight, but I'm sure on the second try he'll do better. Oh god, those do actually home in on me. Oh my god, Waddle Dee. Oh, that's so cute. I'm adding the Waddle Dee to the enemy list on screen. Waddle Dee's gonna become part of the show here next week. Oh, you don't actually push the ice ball at me? That's a little anticlimactic. Experiencing lag, audio's cutting off. It seems better now. Yeah, I don't know. Everything seems to be okay on my end. Check OBS, see if I dropped any frames or anything like that. Yeah, I seem to have, like, lost a bar there for a second. I don't know. I guess we had a minor reconnect, disconnect moment. Streaming. What can you do, right? I'm glad, though, that I didn't want to start streaming in the age where, you know, internet and bitrate and download speed would actually be realistically a problem for me. Like, there's so much, I can't imagine being a streamer starting, like, you know, a decade or a decade and a half ago, where it's like, oh god, I actually have to specifically buy internet that makes it so that I can have streaming internet. Now it's just like, okay, I'm getting, like, a pretty standard plan from fucking Verizon, and, like, yeah, it fits. Like, I get several thousand kbps, like, for, you know, a reasonable price, and not have to worry about anything. Until, I don't know, we find a way to come up with, like, hyper streaming, and it's like, well, now suddenly you actually need to have your connection be in the Gbps range. Oh, okay, I'm loving this reinterpretation of Wispy Woods' The Devil fight. I do kind of wish that maybe his stationary pieces didn't hurt you, but I guess that is Devil-esque, so we just kind of gotta take it as it is. Okay, I don't actually have to hit him in the eye. Fair enough. Second stage has the Dreamlands 2 Dark Castle music. That makes sense to have it here, obviously. Yeah. We have Man, Metal Man, Needle Man, but no Gay Man? Well, sort of. I mean, I talked about what Power Stoner is like, so I made a misspoke about that. I don't know if making a I mean, you could make a robot master. You could make a gay man robot master. I don't know if making gay man himself would be a good idea. Feels like you'd be drawing on maybe one too many stereotypes to come up with powers there, or it would just be all rainbow themed, which is like, well, I mean, okay, but like, did you need to call it that? It's not offensive necessarily, but it is maybe a little bit of a strange call out, if anything. Oh well. Anyways, it would have been appropriate. It almost would have been appropriate, right? Because this game was released in May. If we would have had it in June, then we would have probably had a you know, a Pride Man. I frankly cannot believe that I just found this on accident. Okay, that's funny. Though I was honestly really looking forward to have a Galactonite fight. And I switched it by some helpfully named some guy. Huh, okay. I get the feeling this is going to be something important I need later, so I'm going to just take a screenshot of that real quick. My man's thinking Mega Man Unlimited, Pride Man is just Vegeta. Vegeta moment. Huh. I'm surprised I found that little thing. That is not something I would have actually expected to stumble on naturally, but I guess there's just a natural vibe for me to say, you know what? That's a tiny little crack in a, tiny innocuous little crack in the ground. I'm gonna fit myself through it. Or less embarrassing than getting bodied by a butterfly. Galactonite's some bad luck lately. Yeah, Galactonite's not been getting the due respect that he deserves. Simply the hardest shit possible in, you know, Superstar Ultra, and he deserves more respect on his name. Pour one out for him. He lost a brother in the war. Like, come on. Okay, well, I've definitely missed a token or two at this rate. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I did want to copy that down. Let me just quickly put that in an image editing program so I don't have to try to remember it from scratch. There we go. Alright. So we got magnet first, and then elect. Now spark. Oh, well, okay, they're kind of telling me a little bit, aren't they? And then water. Okay, well, what was the point of having the key in the background then if we're just going to have the enemies flat out tell me what I'm supposed to do? That kind of ruins things a little bit. It's not the end of the world, but still, it's a bit disappointing. Hi, Gooey. How you been? We haven't talked to you in a bit. Hi, good job there. Credit stuff. Oh, no. Original Kirby sprite rips were from Jormungandr, except the book sets ripped from Nemu. It's a bunch of stuff modified from dev team dev work. So dev credit. What else? Did you find the secret? Probably not. Unless the secret was Galactonite, in which case, definitely. I at myself. Because, I don't know. Something about being twice the man. You need to be able to, hone yourself on in. Alright. DDD capsule. I can entertain this. Dark DDD. Alright. Maybe a bit healthy for me to want to be taken down with the Buster. I don't got time for all this. Need to go to bed soon. Oh, okay, now they're taking the Dr. Wily pattern. Oh, Laser Trident. Alright, good old Laser Trident. Nothing beats that. I actually have to think about how to dodge that now. Can't believe this. Live DDD reaction. Oh my god, that's one of the actual next one. Could be worse. Could have died a Toad Man. Yeah, that could have been bad. Galactonite reportedly found dead. Toad Man is the cause. You could make you could make a LeBron James type shit post out of that. If I have free time, I will make this. And if I can remember it and I have free time over the weekend, I will make a LeBron James reportedly caught type meme for that shit. Fucking dead in Miami. God, it's been a long ass time since I've heard that joke. Wait here, I'm having a tired. Coolest man. Do you have a coolest man? What's the design? What does coolest man do? Hmm? What special power do I get from beating coolest man? Dark Castle. How much? Okay, how much time do we have here? Okay, I would like to get going to bed soon, so I'm going to just skip the dev commentary on that and just fight the tier boss so we can cap things off. To women.
Don't say that.
You can always, that's a train thing, you know? Just learn to not, you know, hype it up so much in your mind. It's fine. On the screens, did I enter the wrong room? What if I'm caught without a ticket? Oh no, the law-abiding Crash would never sneak into anywhere. And I can give you directions. Lederhosen themed Robot Master, call him German. Alright. British colonization attack. That's pretty lethal. That will take out about 80% of the enemies that you come across. There's come Crash, the show's just about to start. Oh, Deathman, how you have fallen from grace. No, no, not you of all robots. Some food or drink from the concession stand to ease you. So, like, I haven't already had a fast food serving Grim Reaper try to kill me. Please do not compare me to that rage-fueled skeleton. And I felt any anger towards the robots I had to hunt down and decommission, only remorse. That was ever my true calling. This new, quiet life brings me peace. Does it? He's trying to lower my guard, isn't he? Yes, it does. Whether it's ushering in the moviegoers, sweeping up the drop popcorn, or silencing anyone who dares make noise during the film. So many loud, obnoxious phones, I felt the bite of my scythe. Uh-oh, I think I know where this is going. Dr. Light, please don't. Trying to calm me down, or are you not? I'm not here to make you watch your life flash before you on the big screen. All I ask from you is to help me fulfill my duty as tier boss, and to accept my compliments. Compliments? I see a lot of myself in you. We both desire to settle down and live outside the spotlight, but are constantly doomed to hunt dangerous robots. So I truly mean it when I say, ruh-roh, you ought to be in the pictures. Haha. Coolest man, Crash Man, provided they'd use doors. Fucking hell. Oh, that's a fun font. Your sentence is death. Okay, it has been a while since I fought Deathman. How the hell does this work again? I always got some oddly timed things. Oh, right, I forgot to turn the music down from the last couple stages. Let me... There we go. That's a little bit better. Bouncing attacks! Bouncing attacks, not my forte. Very bad at these. Right, he does this too. Stuck in infinite black hole. Well, this one's new. I don't know if 2 health bars was quite necessary for Deathman. He didn't have this much in his original encounter. That's for a good reason. He puts out some high fucking damage. Oh my god! Having a Wario moment here. Reacting to all this shit. Keep using that. No, not that bouncing scythe attack. I'm not good at this one. Bad Deathman. You're trying to kill me or something. We could do this. No E-tanks. It's going super well so far. Shouldn't be acknowledging it. Oh, yep, see? There we go. There's the finisher. Wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, well, I don't know. If you use the Imperialism beam on Africa, man, it kind of destabilizes the, the entire game and the balance of it, for just, for years to come. Maybe not a good thing. You're basically just corrupting the game data at that point. you really maybe don't want to do that. Oh, okay. Fast retraction if he gets hit. Didn't I hate that fucking attack. He guards both the edges and the very middle of the screen. You have to be kind of slightly off to the side to not get hurt by his suction side attack. Gonna do it again? No, he's gonna do that one again. Okay. Now I'm trying to over-prepare for the black hole attack, so that way I don't get absolutely decimated by it. But when I over-plan for that, then all of his other attacks are way too difficult to dodge, so... damned if I do, damned if I don't kind of moment.
But we get it with no big problems. All right, solid.
Africa man good against Italy man. That is fucking so true.
But then again, I'm pretty sure Italy man is weak to just about every other single country's you know, weapon. So
Is it that big of a deal?
yes, Dr. Regal, you are a laughing stock. Haha, we will all point and laugh at you.
Oh, the glorious Dr. Regal, you spent so long planning your every move, and now you are at a loss. How detestable. It would be easier if that wily fool's patrol robots were not attacking me at every opportunity. Boo-hoo, he actually has a standing army. Like you have a moment of peace. Evil peace, that is. Oh, Cerberus man on the attack. Certainly wasn't expecting anyone else to be this far the outskirts of a gauntlet. Let alone someone with a gaudy outfit talking to themselves. You don't want Dr. Wily cheap sentries. You're one of the tournament contestants, aren't you? Don't tell me that you're just a straggler from the paparazzi. Mwahaha. Far from it, in fact. Perhaps you could think of me as a potential sponsor. I quite heavily vibe with your delightfully evil appearance, you know. Yeah, it's landing on deaf ears. That's not gonna work. Oh, Regal, you've been reduced to an utter failure. That's a shame. I like Dr. Regal a lot in Battle Network 5. He was one of the few serious threats in the Battle Network games. You know, at least one that I could take seriously, in that sense. And now he's just kind of been reduced to comedy of errors. Comic relief. That was far from subtle, no sympathy for people like you. Figured it wasn't a coincidence that you were dressed up like a wannabe evil ruler. You heroes and villains have no purpose other than behaving behind fields of waste brought about your arrogance. Get out of my sight. You're a smart one, aren't you? It figures there'd be at least one to see through my darkened veil. What? Since so much hatred boiling in your heart, though, why not put aside our differences and raise the world together? It's not what Cerberus Man wants. Against yourself a manipulator, you're completely ridiculous. I'm sure that right now, while you stroke your own ego, you're already planning your theatrical moment of betrayal. I don't have time for this nonsense. If you won't crawl away like the scum that you are, I'll be off on my own. Because robots can't kill people. Wah, wah. Or maybe he will. I don't know. Nice. Tell you so bye. Well, thanks for stopping by, Coolest. Thanks for stopping by over the last half. It was really fun to have you here. Dr. feels like Dr. Dupin's but somehow more pathetic. Yeah, he doesn't even get, you know, doesn't even have things, a fun character thwarting all of his plans. It's just everybody does, you know? That's those blasted mutts. Will be the evil genius on a string of detestably terrible bad luck. I cannot break into the tournament, and no one will take my side, then how shall I re-enter the grand stage of villainy? Uh-oh. The incomprehensible one himself. Dr. Regal, Mega the Man? Infernal sound, is that coming from you? Uh-oh. Gonna piss off somebody else again, Dr. Regal? You're quite the charmer, aren't you? I see what's going on here. Confusion techniques won't work against an evil genius such as myself. Yeah, well, getting bashed in by, like, an Element Man arm will probably work pretty effectively against human beings. I've heard that that's a pretty effective tactic. You disgusting goblin! I won't let myself be taken hostage by a foul beast like you. Jeez. Call him a cretin or, you know, insult his heritage at this point, Dr. Regal. You're someone as brilliant as me to make connections like this, the lowest of lows. Thank you, Angry Goblin Man, for providing me with the inspiration I needed. Ta-ta. How'd you repair that shit so fast? And start advanced darkness like this. I've never seen, so shoot envelop you. Sure, dude. Whatever you say. Just gonna headcanon that Element Man sounds like what happens when you put a JPEG through an audio program. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable, honestly. I imagine him as, like, several theremins going off in a discordant manner. Staring right at the camera, having a fucking gym office moment. When are they gonna release the Element Man translation? I want to be able to read that full script without actually having to do it myself. Dr. Lilind has been developing something in the hotel's training area. When it opens, you should visit it. Not only will you find it quite useful, but it seems someone has snuck something extra in, behind your back. You training dummy there, attack it until it can take no more, then it will tell you the rest. What I mean by that? That's something you have to learn for yourself. Alright, Proto Man, thank you for the actually helpful cryptic information. But for now, that's going to be it for MaGMML3 tonight. So, thanks for joining me, and I'll see some people on Thursday for Sweet Home. Otherwise, I'll see everyone again here for MaGMML3. So, actually, cheat kit from Eddie. You won't be able to see all this dialogue unless you have it enabled. Alright, good stuff. Alright, well, have a good night, everybody. See you later.